And we are live. What's up, guys? Welcome to the FreshandFit Podcast, man. We're here with special guest 1090 Jake, man. We got a lot to talk about. It's gonna be a great show. Let's get into it, baby.
Let's go.
All right, and we are live. What's up, guys? Welcome to the FreshandFit Podcast, man. We got a great show planned for y'all, man. I'm actually really excited. This one, we got 1090 Jake in the fucking house, man. Real quick announcements before we go ahead and go into the show. Real quick, patreon.com/FreshFit. Get all the behind-the-scenes content there that you can't see anywhere else, whether it's us kicking out annoying-ass baby mamas that are, you know, married to rappers.
1738.
Or us, like, just have fun with y'all as far as, like, teaching you guys how to get girls, get in shape, etc. It's all there. Also, check us out on Spotify, Google, and Apple Podcasts where you guys still can. It's anchor.fm/FreshFit because we're probably going to be migrating to another platform here very soon. Chris and Mo are working behind the scenes for that. Chris, can we announce anything yet or no?
No, probably when you guys come back from the UK, you can.
Okay. And then also, guys, check us out on Discord, FreshandFit, discord.gg/FreshandFit.
Discord.
And they get the merch, FreshandPodcastStore.com, all the t-shirts and hoodies that you guys have come to learn and love with all the slogans. They're there. Also, check out our other YouTube channel, guys. It's called FreshandFit Clips. We post all of our clips on that channel now. We no longer post clips on this channel. Go ahead and check us out on FreshandFit Clips. And then Fresh has a vlog channel.
Guys, we did a fire stream yesterday, blind date with Sneeko. It went crazy, man. He had 2 dates, one blonde, one black, and let's just say the saying is true. Blondes have no brains. Anyhow, check it out, guys. It was a fire blind date. Sneeko went out with one of the girls after. If you want to see it, check out the stream. It was lit.
Cool. Who's the girl?
Nigga, you got to watch it first to see it.
And then, guys, go check out my other YouTube channel. It's called Fed1811. On there, I break down criminal cases for you guys. I talk about, you know, cases that are going on. I do documentary breakdowns. The most recent one I dropped was yesterday. I dropped the $18.9 million bank robbery or bank heist, 1997 armored car. And then I also react to like current events. I'm probably going to cover Trump situation right now. You know, I think there's a good chance that he might get indicted for, you know, what they found at his house. And I'm going to probably break that down maybe with Esquire. I might have to do it tomorrow since we're going to go to London. But, man, fuck all that. We got 1090 Jake in the house. Yo, I am really happy to have you here, man. I know who you are. Support the content.
Real quick.
Yeah.
Just so you know, right? This guy was fanboying over you from day one. He's a huge fan of your content, bro. So I'm he's happy that you're here. I'm happy as well. So shout out to you.
Definitely. I appreciate it.
Yeah, man. Absolutely. We got to give credit where it's due, man. Fantastic content creator.
We need a collab with FedEt.
Yes. No, we definitely will do one in the future. So I know who you are. I'm sure a lot of people in the chat know who you are, but can you introduce yourself to the people, man?
Yeah, I'm 1090 Jake, YouTube channel End the Sentence. And which camera should I stare into?
This one right here.
Yeah. So more or less, you know, I started my YouTube channel speaking on my experience in prison. I was in Florida State Prison. I went in when I was 18. With that, I spoke on my stories. I was bringing people on that I did time with. And I transferred into covering criminal cases with a criminal perspective. Not that I'm actively doing things, but having that insight and being involved in that type of lifestyle. And luckily for me, it took off.
Yeah. No, and you brought some homies with you, right? Some people, you brought the entourage. You want to introduce them real quick?
Yeah, I got my homie Ratchet with me. Boy from Orlando. I got my cameraman with me, Chet. He from Orlando too. Y'all tap in. Y'all need anything recorded?
Let's get it.
Yes, sir.
Can y'all drop your social medias real quick?
The Real Ratchet on Instagram, man. Y'all tap in. Tap in or tap out.
Hey, how do you spell Ratchet?
RATXHET.
There you go.
Okay.
Differently.
Okay.
Yes, sir. Yeah, I had to do it a little different. You know?
Right.
Yeah. And then what about you, bro?
Check.
At Check the Credits, CHEK the credits. You know what I'm saying? Film production, all that good stuff.
Awesome. All right. Yeah, he came in with a very, very good camera. You know, filming some behind the scenes stuff. So
Yes,
shout out to you. All right, so I'll read these chats real quick and then we'll get into the interview. All right, it's 1090 Jake. Man, I'm rocking with y'all. If y'all rocking with me, shout out to the homie. Been a fan since 2020, and that's from Bradley.
Sheesh.
And then $20 from Repent and Obey. Jesus goes, Black baby lives matter. May not agree with everything y'all preach, but men need to hear this. Love the show. Thank you for teaching men how to be men again. God bless you. With repentance, enjoy your night. # Jesus. Thanks, bro. Then Grills Vision goes, that rant you gave the other day is one of the main reasons I have deep respect for your cause. Most people wouldn't keep it real like that. Rod, Eric, Big Mo, we taking over, my brothers. Thank you so much. And then Kyle S goes, rock with y'all like y'all rocking with me. F Pino. I knew somebody was gonna say something about that. And then me and Jake were talking about that before. And then we got $5 from Christian Warsham goes, been rocking with 1090 Jake since the 23rd, and I won lockdown. A 23 and 1 lockdown pump for this interview. Absolutely. Fresh BBC and you celebrity boxing match. Okay, sure. Fresh Myron's BBC with the Sudanese flag. And then shout out to FNF Dallas Discord, Grill Vision, and Discord Gang. Road to 1 million.
Let's not read that one.
And then whatever.
You didn't put it on screen, right?
No.
Thank God.
Yeah, these dudes, bro.
That's weird.
Yeah, whatever. Banned for that.
Already banned it.
Banned
Thank you.
for doing stupid shit. So, Jake, can you tell us a little bit about your upbringing? You're from Massachusetts, originally Boston. Can you tell us a little bit about yourself, like what it was like growing up?
Yeah, I mean, I was born in Malden, which is like right outside of Boston. Really though, like I bounced around when I was in Massachusetts between my mother's house, my father's house. By 13, I ended up in Florida.
Mm-hmm.
So I was living with my mother first. House was chaotic, a lot of crazy shit. Went with my father, was with him for a year. It wasn't really that much better. I thought it would be better because me and my father's relationship was like, that's who I would see on the weekends.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's the weekends, we're just doing fun shit. But when I moved there, it's a lot different. A lot of shit, abuse, all type of bullshit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So when I moved to Florida, I was supposed to go with my aunt. I ended up with my grandmother first. By the time I got down there, was really like a insecure, angry kid because of all the bullshit that I had already dealt with. So I was doing a lot of bad shit and seeking out people that was into the same thing because that's what I felt like I was getting attention off of.
Yeah.
So throughout middle school, high school, that's when I started getting into the gang shit, the street shit. Really just jumped off the porch completely in Florida. And it just got worse and worse and worse until I ended up in prison.
And you were, when you were here in Florida, where were you at? Were you in North Florida, Orlando, Tampa?
When I first moved, I was in the Port Charlotte, Northport area, which I don't know if you want to consider that. So it's a little bit north of Fort Myers.
Yeah.
And then I was in Tampa.
Okay.
For the rest of the time.
Gotcha. And then what landed you, when did you first get in trouble and do your first bid?
I think fucking my first time doing some juvie shit was 16 when I was in there decently. Yeah. So 16, 17, when I got out of juvie, because I had to do, we call it dub. You do 20 days. That's juvenile, right?
Okay.
So on your 21st day, you go to court. If you get adjudicated and sent to adult jail, that's going to happen.
Okay.
Or if you're found guilty, you go to a level program, which is still under the Department of Juvenile Justice. So level programs, you might do 6 months, you might do 12 months, whatever. So before I went to prison, I did the 20 days on a case. My homie took the gun charge. I beat the case, got out, lasted 2 months, turned 18 in that time, caught my other case, went to the county jail, did 6 months in there. And then got a 3-year sentence.
Gotcha. And at that point you were an adult, so you didn't go through.
Yeah, I had just turned 18. But at the same time, we'll get into it. I don't want to jump too far, but it's when you in jail, you with everybody. There's no separation.
It's up to you, bro. If it makes it better for the story, go ahead.
Yeah. So the adult jail, you with everyone.
Yeah.
So it doesn't matter the age. There's no separation with that. But when you go to prison, they're separated. So when I went to prison, I was 18 years old. I got reclassified as a youthful offender. So in Florida, from 14 to 24 years old, it's a state prison. This isn't juvie. You got 14-year-olds with life sentences and shit. Shit's crazy. Of
course.
So what they do is we go to the same reception as the adults. We're on the prison bus with the adults. They put us in a different dorm. So because I was in Central Florida, I got sent to CFRC. It's by Orlando. We got the YOs, you get put into H dorm, which is hell dorm, hotel dorm, whatever.
And YO stands for youthful offender, right?
YO stands for youthful offender. So they decide that, you got to strip down, butt ass naked, you're outside, you're getting screamed at, shit's already going crazy. The COs are openly racist, beating people up. And the thing that's crazy is the race of the CO doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Black, Hispanic, white, they're all equally saying crazy shit.
One of the prisons you went to, some of the COs were found to be members of the Ku Klux Klan.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
all over the place.
Yeah.
When you get North Florida, it's different.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, bro, if you visit Florida in general, North Florida is nothing like Central, which is nothing like the South.
Very different. I think a lot of people don't know that. Like North Florida guys is not the same whatsoever as Central and South Florida. South Florida is like kind of like South America a little bit, you know, especially
South
Miami.
Florida, everybody speaking Spanish.
Yeah.
Central Florida is a good blend. North Florida, hey boy, come here. Like it's like you're going back in time.
Yeah.
She's different.
Yeah, absolutely.
So yeah, it's a culture shock. But when you go in there, what separates the two is if they give you a red hat. So this other kid,
what's a red hat?
You got to wear the hats in the YOs, in the YO program.
Oh, they make you, the youthful offenders have to wear a red hat.
You got to, bro, it's like the military. We got a PT, we got a march, we got to do a half-step march.
I didn't know that.
Hip, hype, yeah, we PTing and everything. So it's like fucking, in the midst of us marching, there's 3 rows of us. We got to march on point. The second the CO looks away, you take the razor off, cut somebody in the line. Everybody jumps down and spraying us. If we've been rioting, we got to march with our hands on our heads, and they'll be on the sides of us with the gas ready to spray it.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, people are just getting knocked off left and right. So we'll be marching with our hands on our heads. Something pops off. If you drop your hand, they start spraying.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's crazy. So the youth offenders, I don't give a fuck what anybody says. It's the worst shit in the Florida prison system. It's the most violence. When I went to Lake Butler, which is where they did the KKK investigation, I got my face slashed in Lake Butler. I had a 7-inch slice going down my face.
Oh, shit.
It skipped, hit my neck, everything. But the kid that did it was pussy, so it wasn't deep. But he still got me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then my homie popped him after. But when I went to medical for that, she was telling me the worst shit that she's seen all came from the youth offenders.
Yeah, got to make a name for
camps,
themselves, I guess, right?
They gladiator camps. That's what they call them. Gladiator camps. So when you get in there, you either turn up or you fall victim because it's just.
So, and I didn't want to interrupt you when you were saying it before. So I didn't even know. So you're saying YO is considered anywhere from 14 to 24?
14 to 24 years old.
So, but they treat you as like an adult, but you go into a whole other section of
They punish you as an adult.
Yeah.
But the way they treat you in there is as a little kid. Because this is the most hands-on for the correction officers. Before you get off the bus, they get on there and slap the shit out of everybody.
Okay.
Just to make sure you're paying attention.
Gotcha.
Then when you get off, they're throwing you. Then when you get naked, they're smacking you more. It's very hands-on. If you've gone through the YO and you never got smacked by an officer, I don't believe it.
Okay.
You can be all that tough. Oh, I'm gonna hit them back. They're gonna break your fucking jaw, send you to Lake Butler. They're gonna fuck you up some more because you're gonna get a DI that says you touched the CO. They're all related. The nurses, the aunt, the uncles, the sergeant, everybody knows each other. So you touch one of them,
are like that.
they're gonna get you. Yeah. They're handcuffing you, taking you in a room with no cameras.
Damn.
Okay.
You're getting punished.
So when you first got arrested, so you beat the first charge, it was like as a juvenile. Then you turn 18, you get another charge, and then you got 3 years for that. What was it?
So I committed an armed burglary with a guy, right?
Okay.
We went in there, guns got taken out. So armed burglary in the state of Florida, you either go in armed or you become armed in the process. We weren't armed when we went in. We obviously became armed. They said we took 15 guns from the house. So it was a decent bit of shit. You know what I mean? And as a juvenile, they already had me labeled as a gang member. There was a lot of shit that was happening behind the scenes.
Yeah.
So by this time, I mean, like the detectives talked to my aunt, whatever. They're like, yo, yeah, he's a gang member. He's this, is that. This happened already.
Yeah.
And apparently now we strapped up with 15 fucking guns.
So they hit you with it because of what you took. They hit you with armed burglary.
Yeah,
you didn't go in.
We didn't go in. Otherwise, that would have been like a home, especially if someone was there, it would have been like a home invasion.
Yeah.
But nobody was there. There was no actual victim like, physically. So we went in, we got the guns. It wasn't somebody I was actually related to, but it was through family I knew of the person. Like I was welcomed in this person's house.
Yeah.
So it's fucked up now that I'm grown and I can think about it. And I wrote it that wrong. You know, I wrote the apology letters.
Can you tell the audience about that? Because I was actually, that's why I kind of wanted you to go a little bit deeper on this, because what you did after was really really important.
Yeah, and I never liked talking about it because that wasn't the reason I did it.
Yeah.
I waited a while before I even spoke on that. But as far as the charges itself, we went in, we took the guns, we got the guns, whatever. I ended up getting caught carrying a gun. A gunshot went off my co-defendant's house, went through the fucking floor, and it hit a little girl's bed.
Oh, shit.
She was luckily in the brother's room getting babysat by the little brother. The little brother was like 11. She was like 6.
Yeah.
So that could have been a crazy fucking situation. Police ended up going to his house. They smelled weed. That was enough to go in.
Yep.
They found a lot of stolen shit, but they found 2 guns from that armed burglary. He went to jail. Like a week or 2 weeks later, I left the party. It was fucking crazy.
Mhm.
And I'm drunk. I'm fucked up walking down the street with 2 other people.
Mhm.
Someone made a call saying we tried to break into a car. We
Oh,
never did.
shit.
Damn.
The dog was barking. The police come, whatever.
Yep.
K9 pulls up. And we got a few blocks down, but we're walking thinking nothing of it.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, we see the police car. He gets to the back. He opens. He's got the door to the dog.
Mhm.
He's about to let the dog out.
Mhm.
Most fucked up part about it is the dog's name is Jake. I didn't find that out until I got the paperwork. I was like, you fucking kidding me?
Jake.
So he's holding the door to
Yeah.
the canine.
Yeah.
And I'm looking both ways. There's nowhere I can go.
Yeah.
So I walk up to the car. I'm standing there, whatever. I get searched. He doesn't find it.
The strap.
The superior officer comes. I get searched before I get put in. Then they find it. I had an M&P Smith & Wesson, fucking, not an extended mag, but an
Yeah.
extended grip.
Oh,
That had a tack light on it.
Yep.
Felt like I was the shit. You know what I mean? But that was back before we was really, anyone was taking videos with guns.
Yeah.
So I don't have like all the little videos doing that
Yeah,
shit.
which
I
is
just-
good.
I just play with the light.
Yeah, that's good now.
So I got popped on that, and I ended up getting sentenced to prison for armed burglary, grand theft of a firearm. In that first case, they conjoined the second case, which was carrying a concealed firearm.
Wow.
I tried
Without a license, right?
yeah.
Because at this point you weren't a felon yet,
No,
right? Yeah.
You can't even have a license at 18 for a handgun.
Yeah.
You got to be 21, I think.
Yeah.
But the thing about the fucking what I was just gonna say.
You got caught. You got caught by the police. They searched you. The second round, they found the gun.
I tried to beat the case
Mhm.
because the initial call and the initial charge and the reason I was searched was for a car burglary.
You challenged the stop.
And it never happened.
Yeah.
And it was immediately dropped.
Yep.
So I was only in county on a burglary of a conveyance and a gun charge.
Mhm.
And then a couple weeks in, I wake up and I got fucking 16 more charges.
Mm.
Burglary and 15 counts of grand theft of a firearm.
Because that gun that you were with, that you
Was
had,
traced
was
back.
traced back with the serial number to the.
burglary in the state of Florida is a PBL offense. It's punishable by life.
Mm.
So now it's like worst comes to worst. It's not gonna happen. It's my first time, but worst comes to worst, you face in life.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
So I was like, fuck.
Florida's real big on the castle doctrine.
Yeah. So it's like, you know, I got fucked and I tried to beat the case. I had a public defender. I
you went
honestly
to trial. Oh, okay.
Fuck
Okay.
no.
I was about to say, did you go to trial?
I did it. I'm not going to trial for that shit. I know I did. My co-defendant was snitching.
Yeah. Oh, fuck. Okay.
I heard a rumor,
Okay.
right? So
Because
this,
he got caught first.
this is how fucked up it is. We went to court together. They actually put us in the same holding cell.
Mhm.
He tells me someone else is snitching.
Oh.
I get on the jail phone, my dumb ass, right? I get on the jail phone, make a call, and they said so-and-so snitching. Y'all handle that. That fucking night, it's like everything's dark, you know, because we got an open jail. There's no cells. It's just beds everywhere.
Mhm.
So they come in, two of the sheriffs come in, they got shackles.
Mhm.
They come right up to me, they shackle me up, they take me to confinement.
Mhm.
It's like I don't know what the fuck it was, like conspiracy or some shit.
Mhm.
Because I told them to go handle that.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
I was
that's how they're gonna
put
interpret
in
it.
confinement indefinitely until the outcome of my case.
Gotcha.
So I'm just sitting in confinement. That's when I got served the paper. Paper comes through the door. I open it up. It said my co-defendant turned into a state witness. This is the kid that told me someone else was snitching when really it was him.
the whole
Damn.
time. So,
So,
they probably separated you from him for his safety.
once I knew he was snitching,
Yeah.
I'm definitely not taking this shit to trial.
Yeah.
I'm fucked now.
Yeah.
And you know, it's a blessing in disguise because had I not gone to prison and gone through everything I went through, I wouldn't be here right now.
Yeah.
Right.
I wouldn't have any of the things I have right now. But more or less what I did that you're talking about is I got the paperwork on my case and the value of everything that I stole was over $9,000,
Mhm.
maybe like 94, 93, something like that.
Mhm.
So what I did is I got in contact with my relative who knows the victim in the case. And
Mhm.
obviously I blew up on YouTube and I got money and this and that. So I just wanted to right that wrong. I rounded it up to 10,000, gave her the money and had the money get delivered to him.
Mhm.
No note, no nothing. I didn't even want him to know it came from me because how I wanted it to happen was he didn't know I took the shit. So
Yeah.
the same way the things were taken from him
Yeah.
with no expectation, he don't know what the fuck happened, the money just landed in front of him.
Bam.
But what
Wow.
my family member did is they actually had a phone recording it.
Mm.
So they just got the audio because
Yeah.
they wanted me to hear it.
Yeah.
And the second they gave it to him, he opened it up. He said, "What the fuck is this?" So that's 10K. He's like, "For what?" And he's licensed to carry, obviously. So
Yeah.
he's like, "Why the fuck you give me
Yeah.
10K?"
Yeah.
So I bugged out about it. And they were just like, "It's not from me." He's like, "It's from Jake."
Mhm.
Immediately he knew.
Yeah.
We never had, I told them, like, I don't necessarily want to talk. I don't want to feel like he owes me a conversation for writing that wrong.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, he doesn't owe me a thank you or nothing.
Yeah.
Mm.
And we just left it at that. But at least for me, I felt like I did something that I should.
Right.
and just left the situation as it is.
And that's real shit. And I wanted the audience to hear that just because, you know, you did something in your past doesn't mean you can't fix your future. You know what I'm saying?
And I mean, bro, it's like there's so much shit that I got away with and I can't right that wrong without admitting to it, basically.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I can't go and find every victim of everything I did something to be like, hey, I want to give you this. Oh,
Yeah.
why? You the one that did this to me? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So it's
yeah.
like, at least for that situation, I was able to do that.
That's a blessing.
That's
though.
major fucking
Yeah.
respect. I got to do Don and Marco for that one. And I wanted y'all to hear that. I kind of dragged that out of them, but I knew that story and I was like, yo, you got to share that with
W
them.
Jake in the chat, man.
Yeah, shout out to Jake,
Jake.
man. Yeah, they're calling him Wake right now. W Jake. So you went in for that, and you wrote that wrong, but we're on the topic of prison. So you're in there. Can you break down for the people real quick the difference between jail and prison? People, you know, always conflate the two, and they're two way different.
Yeah, so at least in the state of Florida, because some places are different. In the state of Florida, when you go to jail, this is pretty much before you've been sentenced.
Mhm.
So when you go to jail, there's no separation. It's 18. If you're under 18 and you're a juvenile and you get adjudicated, you get put into a juvenile sector of the adult jail.
Mhm.
So you're with everyone that's under 17. You can't legally be with adults. In the main jail, once you turn 18, you're around everybody from 40, 50, 60 years old. There's no separation on cases.
And jails don't have YO status. That's a prison thing.
I mean, if you're over 18, you're with the adults.
Okay.
If you're under 18 legally and not in prison, they have to separate you.
Okay.
Once you go to prison, nah, you're with everyone.
Then you're with everyone. Okay. But in the jail system, it's off age most of the time.
Yeah, because they
Straight off
legally
age.
can't put the two together. But you know, there's no separation. If you go in there for fraud, you could be sleeping next to a killer.
Yeah.
So
Damn.
you're gonna in the Hillsborough County Jail, you got bands.
Mm.
At least when I was in there at that time, 2012.
Mhm.
So blue band, you got some regular shit. A red band, you got a high profile case, murder case, rape case, whatever the fuck. So everyone's
wild.
looking at someone with a red band like he either killed somebody or he's a fucking weirdo.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? But
That's a big contrast.
Yeah, like a serious,
Yeah.
like something serious
And
where you
then
can get life or death.
because we got two jails, you got Orient and then you got Falkenberg. So at the time, Orient was like, that's where you wanted to go. That's where like the cooking and shit was. So they had cells there.
Mhm.
Versus Falkenberg, it's all open bay. So there's little concrete sections. It's like it just separates and there's before bunks in there,
Mhm.
but you're sleeping in the open. You want to
Mm.
run on top of somebody while they're sleeping, like you're sleeping in the wide open space.
Yeah.
There is cameras in there, and there's a sheriff officer in there with you at all times, pretty much.
Mhm.
So it's like you're just in this fucking big ass room. But honestly, the jail was sweet though.
Okay.
There was fights. I fought a blood in there, like a big homie at the time when I
Mhm.
was 18. Got my fucking ass whooped.
Mhm.
I knew I was losing when I got kicked and didn't know what the fuck happened.
Oh shit.
Yeah, his shoe just came out. Boom. So dude beat a murder and then was in there for the gun.
Okay.
But we fought and he was really just testing some shit. He fought me and he fought someone else. He just wanted to make sure we would fight. And that's when I started getting used to getting tested. So it's
Mm.
called a TOH, a test to hot.
Okay.
That wasn't a real TOH. It was just a little light fight. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The real TOH is in prison.
Okay.
And a fight is not a TOH.
Okay.
That shit gets a lot more graphic.
Now, as because people are, and you said he tried you. Obviously, as a white guy, you know, in Florida prisons, you know, it's very. And correct me if I'm wrong here. I mean, I'm going off of the federal side because from my past experience, but it's very race centric. You know, the whites typically hang with the whites, the blacks hang with the blacks, the Hispanics hang out with the Hispanics. Did you notice that as someone who was Caucasian that they would try to try you more just because of the way you look, and they might try to think, oh, he's a white boy, I can go after him.
I mean, there's always that, but in the jail that I was in,
Mhm.
it wasn't an overly violent jail.
Okay.
So it's like you have a Spanish TV and an everybody else TV.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Telemundo on regular
Yeah,
TV.
They make sure they get their shit.
Yeah.
But really, we be on theirs because their news and everything, like, is fire. The
Yeah.
girls on there, crazy as fuck. You know what I mean? So, like, we'll be watching their shit and we'll have one of them translate everything.
Yeah.
He sits in the front and tells us everything they're saying. Like,
Yeah.
we'll watch the Spanish movies and shit.
Yeah.
But,
Spanish news keep it real too. They show all the bloodiness, all the craziness. They
Yeah.
don't care. Yeah.
as far as the race shit, though, I mean, it just depends on you because there's some white dudes in there with gold teeth.
Mhm.
They'll fuck with the black dudes, the Spanish dudes. It depends on you. It depends on really like your upbringing. Are you a
Yeah.
suburban guy? If you look pussy, someone's gonna try to come
course.
try something. So
Did you-
it's all about the energy.
Did you ever become cool with like some black dudes in there? Like really cool?
Me?
Yeah.
I'm a whole gang member. I was, yeah, that was my circle.
I always wondered, like, this is a personal question. Like in jail, if you're white, do you get the N-word pass?
Like it really depends on you.
Okay.
For me, and that's a touchy like subject too. For me, when I went in there, I was saying it.
Mhm.
I was saying it on the street. I was saying it in there. I was saying it in prison. I got into a conflict at one point in prison with a Muslim, and we almost went to war.
Oh.
But my people were willing to go to war behind me, and they were like, whatever, we'll just keep separate.
With a Muslim dude?
Well, the Muslims like a gang in there.
Yeah.
But he wanted to say something about it. And the
Okay.
way he said it, like you could have kind of been a little bit more like, yo, I don't appreciate this.
Yeah.
He's like, man, cracker, you ain't. So I'm
It
like,
went that route.
well,
Okay.
nah, it's like.
Was he like one of those converts? Like a black convert to Islam? Or?
He
Oh, okay.
just claiming that shit.
Okay.
Sometimes people just pick that shit up when they get in there just to be involved in some shit. But
Yeah.
I spoke with somebody who was a lot older than me, and he basically broke it down like, you know, if you're speaking in front of your own people, that's one thing. If you're speaking in front of everybody, you can offend a lot of people.
Right.
And all it's going to do is just put you in a lot of situations that aren't necessary.
Right.
So it has nothing to do with being pussy. It has to do with being mature and understanding when you need to pick battles and unnecessary battles. And the fact that a lot of people lived in generations different from me. My generation didn't give a fuck. Everybody's saying if we're all the same age, nobody cares.
Yeah.
Nobody looks different at it, especially when they know your background.
Yeah. Because you grew up with them and stuff, and that's what you were around. So
the conversation I had with him, it just put me in a different mindset. And then obviously, like, I got Instagram videos shouting on my boys in prison. And I'm talking how I would talk to them.
Yeah.
And people on Instagram, like, oh, why is he saying that? Because that's how we talk.
Yeah.
Right.
But with YouTube, I made sure to change that.
Mhm.
And I felt like, well, if I can stop saying it on YouTube, I can just stop saying it altogether.
Yeah.
Because there's no reason to just go out and offend people for no reason. And, you know,
That's maturity, man.
It alleviates a lot of unnecessary situations. I'm not gonna fight to be able to say it.
Yeah.
Right? It doesn't make sense.
Okay.
That's growth.
So
That's dope.
So you're okay. So we're talking about the differences between the jail and then the prison. Did we finish?
we were talking about the race situation.
Yeah, the
one
race
thing
situation,
about Florida, bro, that's different from the feds and a lot of places like California is strict on the race shit.
Yeah.
In this
Texas
state,
too.
there's no fucking whites. They ain't white nothing.
Mm.
There's a white gang called the Unforgiven. There's no Aryan Brotherhoods in the state of Florida. They don't exist.
I was
There's
gonna
none
ask
of
you
them.
that next.
So the biggest white supremacist gang is the Unforgiven.
Okay.
The ones that I met were white Crips that didn't make it, were white GDs that didn't make it.
Yep.
Like, they got swastikas, but they listen to Boosie. Shit's fucking yeah. You know, and then you got some of the ones that are more like serious and listen to only Metallica and fucking whatever, like, you know. But the ones I was meeting was white kids that was like trying to be gang members on the street, went to prison, found out they couldn't, and then joined some fucking Nazi shit. So when you're white in the jail system, depending on the jail, yeah, you're gonna get tried. When you're in prison, you're definitely gonna get tried.
Yeah.
There's no ifs, ands, they don't give a fuck if you can fight. Like, you're still gonna get tried. You can fight. All right, well, we stab here. Like, you got certain spots where you're not fighting, depending on the compound.
Yeah.
Especially like when I was in the youth offenders, I went from one spot where we would line it up. There's 10 of us, 15 of y'all. All right, well, we just gonna keep running one-on-ones. Just keep fighting until everybody fought, and then we're gonna leave it like that. Some people were getting poked up, some people were getting cut. I went to another spot, there was no fighting. What the fuck is that? We don't do that here. Go get something. Box cutter, knife, whatever the fuck you can get, go get it, and then we're gonna go at it.
Damn.
You know what I mean? So it's like, it's a different type of.
So prison, it's in the jail system, you're gonna fight. Prison system, 100% gonna fight.
It depends on the jail. Like Dade County, Miami, you can get stabbed out here.
Okay.
As far as Hillsborough County, the stabbings weren't that major.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? A lot of people die from getting slammed on their fucking head.
Yeah.
Because you've never felt concrete until you've been in there.
Yeah.
Those are the hottest fucking rooms you've ever been in. Everything's you fight in the cell, bro, everything's fucked up.
Yeah.
You know, so there's certain spots in Florida you can get stabbed and killed in jail. Dade County Jail doesn't fuck off. Free my homie Bimba, he's in there right now. We were in prison together. But it just depends on where you're at. But Florida prison system and the YOs, you're more likely to get cut because we get raises. Like the second you get there, they're giving you raises to shave with. We pop them out, tie them on the pencils, or fucking tie 2 on a pencil. So when you cut somebody, the slices are so close they can't stitch them.
Yep.
So it fucks you up when you scar them. When I got the Lancaster, we were getting the box cutters. So people are getting hit and their whole fucking cheek is falling over. You can see their teeth.
Yeah.
What the?
So you're cutting through the fucking saliva glands and everything. They got to go get surgery and get their shit put together. You know what I mean?
Damn.
Yeah, like a couple people almost bled to death. Chain link fences. We take those, straighten them out, poke somebody up. But when you hit the bone, it does it. or like, you know, they're just not that good. Like you're not gonna kill somebody with it.
Yeah.
And then we got the bone crushers, which is like basically a sharpened up screwdriver. It
Yep.
doesn't bend.
Oh,
You're
man.
popping through everything.
Yep.
You know, so you just like for me, it's a different level of violence.
Yeah.
Cause you might be all into the video games, the movies, the seeing guns, this and that, da da da. So it's like, yo, we're gonna shoot a gun. It's not that crazy. But when someone hands you a blade, like my first time cutting somebody, that whole situation was wild as shit. I don't know if that's something you want to get into.
Go ahead, bro. Please go ahead.
So when I went to confinement, my first time at Sumter Correctional, I was 18 years old. I went to confinement because I got caught with a poker. So I had a little something that
automatic 30, 60 days, something like that.
60 days for possession of a weapon.
Yeah.
So I'm in confinement. I get moved in with a crib. That doesn't mean it's automatic. It's an automatic issue though. It just depends on who we're going to war with at the time.
Yeah.
One of his bros I was at reception with, this other crib from Orlando, and we were cool. I fucked with him. He wanted to test the crib, so he told the crib to fight me.
Okay.
So this kid's like, yo, bro, I'm not even gonna lie. Like, I'm gonna just fake the fight. What the fuck are you talking about? He ends up banging on the door. Like, he waited till the lights went off, throws his body on the door, makes all these sounds. I told him, like, you finna fake the fight. You gonna tell him I won. You ain't gonna say you beat me.
Yeah.
So he literally throws himself on the door, trying to make it sound like we're fighting in the cell.
Yeah.
And he goes, hey, cuz, hey, he fucked me up, cuz. Like, this whole goofy ass situation. My homie gets moved from across the hall, and basically something on the compound happened. If something between the two gangs happens, everybody in confinement got to tighten up. So if you got an opposite gang member in the cell, now y'all really finna fight.
Yeah.
So we fought. I whooped him, and there's nothing to be proud about because he wasn't even really like that to begin with.
Yeah.
We get moved upstairs because our toilet stopped working. When we get put upstairs, I got another homie directly across from me. He tells me through sign language that he's gonna cut my bunkie because of a situation he got into. I'm like, what happened? He tells me what happened. I'm like, man, I'll do that shit. Like, I already know he's sweet.
Yeah.
But this is, I just got here. You want to make a name. You know what I mean? Like, you can't see 3 years into the future. You feel like you in this bitch forever. So it's like, I wanna start getting into it.
Yeah.
And I tell him I'll do it. He's like, I got a raise in the room right now. I'm like, fuck. Like, I didn't mean right now. You know what I mean? Like, I thought I had 60 days to mentally prepare for this shit.
Yeah.
So now I feel like if I don't do it, I'm pussy.
Yeah.
So I tell him, send me the razor blade. So what he did is he took half of the razor and he put it behind a stamp on an envelope, put pictures in the envelope, and the CO came around. Hey, CO, can you pass him my pictures? CO grabs it, looks through the pictures, doesn't see anything, doesn't check behind the stamp, brings me the envelope. Puts it through the door. Now I got the razor. I had a flex pen. I tied it onto the flex pen. So I'm sitting on the toilet. I feel like I'm gonna fucking throw up. Never did no shit like this before. Just my stomach's turning.
And you just got in, right? You've been there like a couple weeks or something like that?
Damn, bro, this is like first week type shit. I went to confinement.
Okay.
Because I got put into a dorm immediately with a whole bunch of other gangs.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I need something.
And you're
now.
YO at this time?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, Bloods, like we were getting taken off the compound.
Yeah.
Second we got there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So the Bloods that went in before me, they all got hit up in the barbershop immediately.
Yeah.
So I'm expecting when I get here, I'm gonna get flipped. Like when I went there, I had two Bloods with me. I folded both of them. They're just both lame as fuck. I'm like, neither one of y'all banging. So when I did that, the Zoes came up to me. The Zoes were like, why'd you fold your only two brothers in here? I was like, fuck them. First off, if I can fold them, you can fold them. You know what I'm saying? Like they're not with it. But I'd rather be one strong than 500 weak. That was the whole meaning behind the 500 tattoo that I got on my forehead. Was that situation. I feel like I'm gonna hold me down. I don't need numbers. You know what I mean? So they respected it, but at the same time, they wanted to hit me up. Yeah. So I ended up getting caught with the poker because the head Zoe slept 2 bunks from me. So I'm thinking in my head, like, should I just jump on him? But I never did it. You know what I mean? And so push
Going
come to
back to
shove.
this situation with the script dude. Yep. So
My homie's on the door. He calls him to the door. Like, hey, come here. So he goes up to the door. I'm nervous as shit. I run up. I pushed his head into the fucking window. I went to hitting his neck. I got him from here to here. I hit him 3 times.
Oh, shit.
I didn't know if shit was going to spray out. None of that shit happened. It was 3 different cuts. I just quickly, bink, bink, bink.
Yep.
I backed up. Like, fuck, now what do we do? Like, I don't know if he's going to stop fighting, whatever. He holds his neck. Shit starts bleeding. He starts kicking the door. So when you kick at the door, there's no COs in there with you. They're in a tower, basically, like a booth.
Yeah.
The COs come in. I wait until I can hear their fat asses getting up the stairs. You can hear the keys ringing and shit. I flushed the razor. So now I'm thinking he's gonna try to fight me, and I'm gonna get his blood all over me. They come up to the door. They said, "What's up?" He turns. He shows them. He's like, "I want to kill myself."
Oh shit.
Kept the gangster. Didn't snitch.
Okay.
Yeah. So he ended up getting taken to go get fixed up. Whatever. Another white blood gets put in my cell. My homie Brando, shout out to him.
Yeah.
And they end up moving the kid I cut right into the cell next to me.
Mhm.
So when they take him out for showers, I'm on the door like, hey, let me see it. Like I'm fucking with him.
Yeah.
Let me see it. Let me see the cut. Like, man, fuck you. I'm gonna get all right. Blah, blah, blah. So when I get out of confinement, I end up seeing him. And I walked up behind him and I took my finger and I went like this on the slice. And then I backed us. He turned around. He's like, all right, because the teacher and the COs are right there. He couldn't have done nothing.
Yeah.
I'm just fucking with him though. Like,
Yep.
Feel me?
Yeah.
And that was the first person I popped. And then once I did that, everybody's like, I like him. Yeah, you know what I mean? And then just, it makes you want to do more.
Yeah.
It makes you want to get into it more. But the very next camp I went to, I got hit. Calm as a bitch.
Yeah.
And then I got popped at another spot. I got fired up with a brick, like a piece of concrete inside of a canteen bag that they took off the basketball court. I got hit up by one of the Zos.
Was it the same dudes that you had pretty much been cool with?
Different compound.
The whole other, okay.
Are the Zos the most dangerous people, you think?
There's no such thing as most dangerous. But if you want to talk about the top factors in the Florida prison system, the Bloods, the Kings, and the Zos, 100%. And I mean, GDs is somewhat up there too.
Damn.
So it's like pretty much the only weak shit is the white shit because they don't have any numbers, but they got a couple killers in there too.
Yeah.
There's some white dudes you're not going to fuck with. And you can usually look at them and be like, he's the one.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because they'll just straight. They
have to be more violent.
The first murder I seen in the chain gang was a white dude.
Oh, you witnessed one?
We all witnessed it. It happened at fucking Center Gate.
Oh shit.
Yeah. So he popped his own dude.
I don't know if you want to get into that. Like, what happened with that?
I mean, he already pled out. He got the case and everything. So basically,
we just beat him to death, or
nah, I stabbed him. This was somebody I was cool with.
Whoa.
Okay.
So
dude, this is violent.
Yeah, bro.
this
This is real shit, man. Yeah, this is real shit, man. This should be a deterrent to anybody in here watching that's like doing some shit. You know what I mean? Like,
I don't want to go to jail or prison, bro. I'm good.
There's a reason why
I'm going to church.
I want to turn that Jake on, man, so that y'all can hear this.
I'm from Barbados.
You're from Barbados? You straight.
But they call me Haitian, and I'm like, bro, I know the Zos. I'm cool with them, but it's like, bro, I'm not getting that shit, bro.
You be straight.
Yeah.
You be straight. You fuck with them, you be straight.
Yeah.
Simple shit, bro. You know how to cut hair, you be straight. You can cut someone's hair, no one's fucking with you.
Yeah.
People are going to get killed about you. You know what I mean? So it's like,
I can network.
Yeah, you be all right.
Fresh better never go to prison.
You be all right.
That's sorry, you were going. So yeah, you were saying
there was a CO
murder.
when I was in confinement at this is my first adult compound. I got there when I was 19. I got my youth offender snatched because I was involved in this big gang fucking shit, man.
Real quick, actually. Yo, Chris, go ahead and kill the Twitch and the Twitter stream because it's about to get real in this conversation right now. Yeah, kill the Twitch and the Twitter stream. Guys, come on over to YouTube, type YouTube, subscribe to the channel. Also subscribe to 1090 Jake. Check him out, man. If you guys want more fire content like this on his channel, he talks about this stuff and he breaks down cases. And also like the goddamn video. From this point forward, guys, I'm going to read only 50 and up super chats. So the ones that came in before, I'll read them after the story. But after that is only gonna be 50 and up. However, every single chat that comes in through, we're gonna make sure that it shows on screen. So we appreciate all your support.
I just hope that everyone watching this knows not to go to prison after this.
Yeah, real talk. This is a term for you guys. This is education right here.
Yeah.
Sorry, Jake, go ahead, please.
So when I got transferred from confinement to another prison and I was still in confinement. I had to do over 300 days straight in confinement.
For the slashing?
Nah, I didn't get caught for that.
Okay.
This is a whole nother situation.
Wait, he kept
so
it solid.
I actually got hit up, but the way the COs wrote it up is that we hit each other up.
Oh, okay.
So they basically lied in the situation. So 60 days for the weapon, 60 days for hitting him up. Another, I think 2 fights while I was in there, 1 fight in confinement. It's another 30 days. I was kicking down the door. They were trying to buck me on food trays, all types of shit. I got sprayed. So I ended up having to do over 300 days straight. I get to Appalachia CI. Appalachia ACI is one of the worst correctional institutions, worst prisons in the state of Florida.
Where's that at? It's a
fucking right under like Georgia and Mississippi.
Okay. All right. It's okay. It's over by Tallahassee in that area, I guess. Okay.
This is like the clan land.
Yeah.
Shit's crazy. Yeah. Everyone's related over there.
Rural Florida. Yep.
So when I get there, I'm in confinement. I think it was a sergeant. He would come up to my door. He took me out of my cell and he saw a big ass bee that I got on my arm.
Yep.
He's like, "What are you, white boy?" I was like, "I'm a blood." Like, "Oh, you a blood, white boy? You gonna die when you get on the compound." I'm like, what the fuck?
Just like that.
Yeah, it just said you're gonna die. So my cell, where I was, I could see out of my window the walkway that goes up to the yacht. While I'm in confinement, I'm hearing about the stabbings. People be banging on the windows. You'll see the COs rushing to the gate to open up for an ambulance to come and pick somebody up off the fucking yacht. Or there'll be fucking walkie-talkie shit. Helicopters is coming to pick somebody up.
Mhm.
Damn.
People are getting whacked on this compound.
Yeah.
There's a different story. They're not just getting cut and fuck. No, they're dying.
This one was run by what? White gangs? This one or Unforgiven?
No, they don't. I mean, in my experience, I never saw them run anything.
Okay, so what? Who ran this actual compound that you were at this point?
Bloods, Kings, OGs.
Okay, so there were black people there, colored people in this jail, even
Fuck
though it was out in the middle of nowhere.
No. Every single spot. There's barely white people in the prison system in Florida.
Anywhere, even in rural areas.
Yeah,
where
the
it's
only reason the population. Are you talking about CO wise?
Well, not the SEALs. I was talking about the inmates.
Inmates, yeah, no,
so-
bro. There's barely white boys like that.
Okay, even in that area, okay.
Well, the area doesn't matter because they
Yeah.
send you anywhere.
send you anywhere.
You
in
go
Florida.
all over the place.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? South Florida is the best places to go for prisons.
Mm.
All the COs got gold teeth. They're bringing in phones. Fucking this shit's gangster. Yeah, it's different. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
Dade CI, that's where you want to go.
Yeah.
So it's like there's certain shit.
Fair enough.
But
right.
at this spot, you know, this specific CEO is telling me I'm gonna die, and I'm
Mhm.
witnessing all these deaths and all this crazy shit going on. So fast forward, I meet this guy named Country.
Mhm.
We're all in a closed custody dorm, which is the highest custody you can have and still be able to walk around freely.
Mm.
So I was closed custody. So I'm in here with the killers. I'm in here with 2 doors down, got 3 life sentences, like that type of shit.
Gotcha.
So I meet Country, who's doing, I think, 20.
Mhm.
And he's a American Nazi, and he's one of the top guys for the Unforgivens on this compound.
Yeah.
So when this situation happened, I was standing at his cell door, you know, the night before,
Mhm.
and he's just sharpening up a knife and some regular shit. The knife wasn't even that big. You could like kind of bend it.
Mhm.
He had a little sheath for it. Never seen nothing like that. So the next morning when everybody
Innovation.
the next morning when everybody goes to call outs, and we just had a normal conversation. When everyone goes to call outs the next morning, he kind of did something like this, like moving everyone out the way.
Mm.
You know what I mean? Then he walks up, takes out the knife, put it in dude's neck, twisted it, pulled it out. Right in front of the fucking
Oh shit.
the
For everybody.
The COs where the TV is.
Yeah,
right here. The COs are right here. The nurses are right here. One of the nurses,
Less than 10 feet.
the nurse dropped the clipboard and ran, started
Nurse.
screaming immediately.
Mhm.
The male CO was like, "Get on the fucking ground." He said, "I did what I had to do." He threw the knife, laid down on the ground. The dude, nothing was happening until he touched it. Once he touched it, it was like turning on a sink.
Oh my
It
god.
started to pour.
Yeah.
He hit the floor. He tried to get back up, hit the floor again, never got back up.
Wow.
They put everybody in the cage. He's fucking gurgling.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And the female CO that was there was like every inmate's favorite because she was one of the only people in the compound that treated us with respect.
Mm.
And she ran up with bare hands and was trying to hold in the blood.
Yeah.
Damn.
You know, anyone else would have just let you die or maybe found gloves. She barehanded, tried to save his life. She's talking to him. He fucking died right there. So we get put on lockdown.
Mhm.
Me and Bimba, who I just shouted out, who's in the county jail here right now,
Yeah.
we in the cell, we start smoking a blunt. We're like, damn, boy, like, they getting killed over here. What the fuck?
That
Like,
nigga died.
yeah, like we almost like not joking about it, but you're not gonna sit around and be sad about it in an environment like this. So more or less, that situation happened, and we get out of, you know, because they locked down the whole prison.
Yeah.
So once they take us off lockdown, we go to chow. We got to cut through the grass because the shit happened right at the center gate. So when we come out after eating, they're pressure washing the blood off the concrete because the
Oh,
hard
shit.
ass sun just cooked it in.
Yeah. Yeah.
So there's just right after we just ate, while we're walking, we're looking over at the crime scene investigators, and they got an inmate with a pressure washer, and it's just a pink mist just
Mm.
shooting off into the air.
Yeah.
And that's all the shit that was left by dude.
Yeah.
Damn.
Well, did you find out why he actually did it?
Yeah, the guy that died owed a black guy money and owed him money.
Okay.
And he paid the black guy first.
Wow.
Yeah.
So he was like, "You paid him before me," and okay.
Like, yeah, like
Was it a white dude that he stabbed?
Yeah, they were both
They
in
were
the
both-
same gang.
Oh, okay. That now makes
Both
sense.
had got swastikas and all that. So there was they said that he snitched. There was a rumor that he snitched, but the main thing that everyone was talking about was he owed a black dude, and they were saying how country looked at it is you must be color scared.
Mm.
You weren't scared enough of me.
Yeah. You were
You
more
were
scared of him. Yeah.
So I'm gonna take your life.
So the country get like life for that, or is he?
Nah, I think he got like an extra 15 or extra 20.
Damn. Wow. So he's
Yeah.
good.
Fully admitted to it, everything. Like he didn't even want to go home. He only had like 3 years left.
Oh, so he did that at the end of his bid, towards the
Yeah.
end.
That's how people lie. They don't want to go home.
Wow.
They don't know how it is. It's not the same world anymore.
Yeah.
Like they would have wardens come from different. They used to be a warden here. Now they're a warden here. They knew him. because he's been in there so long.
Wow. How
So,
long
like,
had he been in when he did that?
Like fucking 15, 20 years, bro.
Oh,
He
yeah.
was like 40 something, like mid 40s when he did it.
Yeah, so it's a whole other world. And this happened what, like 2013, 12?
2014, I think he did it.
So yeah, and he went in the fucking 80s,
Yeah.
90s almost. So it's
But
like for
now
him.
the interesting thing about this whole
Yeah.
conversation is, remember that sergeant that was saying white blood, you're gonna die?
Yeah.
He would call me white blood specifically because he wanted other people to hear I was
Yep.
claiming it
Yep.
to get me into a situation.
Yep.
Country introduced me to him.
Oh.
So now
hell?
the head of the Nazis, Country used to call me his nephew. He fucked with me. He
Yeah.
respected me. He didn't
Yeah.
care about the gang shit. He's like, you know what? You're white, but you're like that.
Mhm.
And no one in here knows my daughter's a Crip on the street.
Mhm.
I'm like, damn. So you got this big ass Nazi. His daughter's a Crip.
Mm.
So I told him about the sergeant that was saying that shit. He's like, all right, watch. We went to chow. We walked up. And he's like, hey, so-and-so, this is Jake. He's a white blood. And he looked over at me. He's like, all right, white blood. And then we got cool, like real cool. Like he was actually giving us shit.
Mhm.
Like one time he came down to the cells and walked past my cells like, hey, you want to see a chopper? He's like, what you got, white blood? Pulled out this big ass fucking knife. Okay, white blood. Like we got cool as shit. And we got in contact after I got out.
Mm.
No,
He left the Florida prison system. And he's just like, yeah, he fucked with me. Because
Okay.
he just saw me mobbing
Off of
with
the
all-
strength with him.
Well, off of the strength of that, and then
Yeah.
also he sees me with all the homies.
Yeah.
Walking the yard and like they were looking at me like a fucking assassin because I'm the only white boy banging this shit that's actually like with the big dogs in a close custody dorm on the yard. Like they were like, he must be doing shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But
so guys, notice, right? Jake networked one of the top guys in the
networking is key.
I'm telling you, that was his safe call, and it worked out. So networking can't save you in jail. Keep that in mind, guys. Networking can save you.
So somebody in the comments is talking about a RICO. First off, anything that happened in prison gets dealt with in prison. This guy already got sentenced on this case, pled out to the case, admitted to everything that happened, and did it in front of everyone that was there.
Yeah, there was already a bunch
There's
of
no
witnesses
fucking
there.
RICO that's coming from what we're talking about.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
See, that's why I like your channel too, right? Because you break down cases and you give a different perspective.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
give mine, but you give a different perspective.
Yeah.
And a lot of these motherfuckers that don't know shit really need to hear both sides
Yeah.
to get a simple fucking standing
Yeah.
on what you can and can't say and what can actually affect you, statute of limitations and
Of course.
all that. Because really the two groups that know law the best is the ones that work in law enforcement and the ones that break the law.
No.
Especially the ones in prison, because you got the in-house jail lawyers who learn the law to get themselves out of prison and help other people get out. But
Yeah.
really, like, the ones in the middle that don't work in law enforcement and never lived in the street life don't really know what the fuck
They
they're
don't get
talking
it.
about. Nah,
Yeah.
it's just, he's a what? RICO? Like, that's
Yeah.
how it works.
No, absolutely.
Wow, a lot
and
more
I
shit
mean, yeah,
involved.
he's definitely doing his time for that one. All right, I'll read these real quick. Guys, like the goddamn video, bro.
This
I
is
told
fire.
y'all, man, that I was gonna bring y'all a fire interview with 1090 Jake, man. Hey, FNF, you guys meeting with supporters when you come to London? We will. We just got to figure out a schedule. Rahim Al Sadiq Haram. Man, this is my first super chat, but I do pay for Patreon, but I had to send this. And since I got 3 of my big inspirations messages, Jake, yesterday, salute gangsta. Absolutely.
Nice.
1090 Jake, you rock with us and we rock with you. Absolutely. You guys need to be rocking with Jake. And if
FNF.
you aren't, go ahead and subscribe to the channel right now.
Nate
End of
Jobson.
sentence. Thank you, Nate Jobson. And then shout out FNF. Appreciate y'all boys. Myron, I bought a 30-minute coach call with you yesterday from the site. Where can I contact you? I will go ahead and send you an email then if that's the case. Blood on the razor wire. Thank you.
That's my dog right there.
that's your guy?
Yeah, shout out to him. Chad Marks. He did 20-something years in the feds. He was an actual jailhouse lawyer. He's helped people get out of prison.
Oh, shit. Okay.
He also has a prison channel. So big shout out to him. And, Bandman Kevo,
Mhm.
I'm going to be covering his case.
Yep.
Right.
This man was an in-house, this was the guy that people gave their paperwork to get out. He did all his time in the feds.
Oh, shit. Okay.
I actually am collabing with him on the Bandman Kevo
Nice.
situation.
That's what's up.
But yeah, big shout out
Check
to
him out too,
Wow.
guys. Highly intelligent dude, hell of a journalist. Yes. Jake is very sharp, guys. End of sentence. EOS 1090 Jake. Check out his channel. Yep. And then check out Blood on the Razor as well. $5 from None But Facts goes, I want to ask 1090 Jake if you went through CPS, aka foster care, or grew up in a broken home, since almost 80% of U.S. prison inmates are former foster kids.
I was never in CPS, never in foster care. I just went from one fucked up relative to another, and then I was with my aunt, my grandmother.
Okay. Trivision, $50. Thank you, bro. Damon Dennis, you better tell him I won. Yeah, I was from earlier. W guess real fire. Got you, Metal Mike. Major Raw Dog. Ask him what FeFe is.
So a FeFe, you're gonna love the FeFes
Yeah,
when
what's
you're
that?
locked up. Yeah, I learned how to do this in the juvenile. So basically, you need a glove, a towel, and some lotion, and some time by yourself, some privacy. So what you do is you take the glove, You're gonna lay it down on the towel. You're gonna wrap it up like a fucking burrito. Take the elastic band, flip it inside out. Get a little lotion, warm water, lube that bitch up, and then you're gonna go in your room. You're gonna fuck the FeFe.
Oh shit!
That's your girlfriend in there. Yeah.
Man.
So you know all the cells are 2-man cells. Let's say dude gets moved out. You ain't got no one in the cell.
Yeah.
Yeah, you in there making love. You and FeFe.
Oh man.
What the hell?
Yeah. Well, you gotta, I guess, get it somehow.
I mean, you got other people in there getting something else. So it's like you think, what the hell on that? When you see the other crazy shit going on, you're gonna think the FeFe is perfectly fine.
Okay.
They be chasing ass in there.
Well, you know what? Since we're on that topic, real quick, DLC, I really want to know, podcast, great show, bro. I saw your PnB breakdown, brother Jake. Well done. Keep leading from the front, gentlemen. Thank you so much, DLC. I really appreciate it. Since we're on that topic, I know people are gonna ask, drop the soap. Is that real in prison? I'll just turn it to you. What are your thoughts on that? Is it as common as people say? Is it not as frequent? What's your general thoughts on that?
Why the fuck would you pick soap up in a dirty ass prison shower anyway? I wouldn't care if you're in there by yourself. You know how much like nut is on that floor for generations? Like no one's picking up no fucking soap. That's disgusting.
Yeah.
Second off, the showers ain't even where it goes down at. It'll go down in the cells. It'll go down. There was a kid at Appalachia. He got raped shitting on the toilet.
Oh, wow.
What?
Yeah. So what happened is Appalachia had like a youth dorm. Under 24, you were in there. They shut it down. So all the 18, 19, 20-year-old little white kids got put into the real fucking dorms. So when that happened, you had these older booty bandits is what they're called, sitting with their shit ready for these little white boys to get in the shower, go in the bathroom, anything. So these little kids, they'll be in the shower and there'll be some older dude gunning, beating his shit off, looking at the white boy.
Wow.
Like, bro, there's some people in there. Hey, you see that white girl right there? So we looking around, think we're gonna see a nurse. What girl are you talking about? The one with the Reeboks. That's an inmate shoe.
Fuck.
Yeah, like they're fucked.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And
so
these are lifers that be thinking like that be doing this
man,
stupid
fuck
shit?
no, bro. The majority of the dudes in there that's gay is the dudes that get all the girls on the street.
Oh, really?
Whoa.
These ladies, mans that you be bringing on here,
Yeah.
be gay as hell in prison.
Oh my God.
Damn.
Yeah, it's not even the fact that they're just ladies, mans. They addicted as the sex.
Okay.
The nut is like an addiction. So
Yeah.
once you in there, they don't give a fuck where it comes from.
Gotcha.
What the?
Yeah, shit crazy as hell. But
Yeah,
you
wow.
know,
Fun about you on.
and just to clear it up, we not dissing nobody that's on that side or whatever. I'm just telling y'all how prison is.
Yeah.
But as far as the booty bandits, the dude ran up on the white kid while he was shitting with a knife, and more or less the story goes, he told him to turn around, don't even wipe. So the kid was crying.
What the hell?
He's like, I'm not gonna do it. The kid started sucking dude's dick, stopped, and dude ended up stabbing him.
Wow.
It's like that. There was a booty bandit named Hitman who would grease himself up and jump on people. He would jump on you while you're in the cell, put a knife to your throat, and handle his business, and then walk away.
He would grease himself up?
He would grease himself up so that he could just slide right in.
Oh, what the oh my
You know what I'm saying? Because he's got the
Wow.
knife on your throat.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
he can't like fucking.
Yeah.
He's just ready to go. But at the same time, he was a gangster disciple and he wasn't pussy. If you got into it with Hitman, he would go and get a knife, put it on the table, say, pick that up and get in the cell with me. He did that.
Wow.
Dude picked up the knife, walked up to the COs and checked in. Like went to confinement, PC.
Wow.
That's wild. Man.
Hitman was like that.
Wow.
But he was a booty bandit. He was a serial rapist. He's from Miami. He recently died. Instead of accidental death.
Yeah.
Everyone was sending me that because I did a video on him dying, but not on him dying, but I did a video on him in general because he actually had a release date.
Wow.
Yeah. So all those women just got saved from this fucking serial rapist.
That's what he went into prison for originally.
I think it was a murder when he was like 16 or 17, but he became a serial rapist in there.
In prison.
So you release him, who you think is going to target?
Yeah.
He ain't going to go after the dudes no more. He's going to get these women.
So was he a booty bandit or booty warrior?
Booty warrior, probably. Because he going to fight and kill about it. So,
damn, bro, that's scary.
Yeah. But when you in there, bro, like there's gang members that get down like that. And you're not going to call them gay. They'll kill you. So you just
take it or leave it.
You don't take nothing. But, you know, it is what it is. You know, so when
you got to fight, though. If they try something on you, that's immediate fight, right? I mean, obviously, you got to
usually got to put metal in them. You don't even want to fight you don't want to fight gay people. You don't want to fight drug addicts because there's a chance that you can catch some shit.
Oh.
Wait, what do you mean?
Like if I punch you in the fucking mouth and your tooth cuts my hand and your blood gets in my blood, I got whatever you got.
Damn.
You know what I'm saying?
They're gonna,
HIV can be spread that way.
Wait, hold on. So you're telling me if they catch you slipping and they smash you, you might get something. And you fight them, you might still get something too.
Bro, there's,
Well, he
people,
said
there's
that-
people that rub knives on the toilet, inside of the toilet to infect you when they stab you.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's chemical warfare here.
Yeah.
What are
Yeah.
you saying, bro?
Yeah.
You got people that trade
People thought
food.
COVID was bad.
like let's say you got a little coffee cake or a little biscuit. You want to do some sneaky shit. You take a piece of a razor and you put it in the coffee cake, and you just slide it right in. You can't tell that it's in there, and then you give it to the dude that you don't like. You owe this guy gambling debt, whatever. He eats it, swallows it. Now he's pissing his shit in blood because he got internal bleeding. He don't know what the fuck happened.
Whoa.
Yeah, you just caught a body and no one knows. It's a lot of crazy shit that goes on in there. Not everything's happening like that all the time, but there's a lot of crazy games people play.
Yeah, prisoners are very creative and innovative in how they do things because they're so restricted in what they have access to. So they find all different types of
You
ways
figure
to fuck
out
with people.
everything and fucking you
And
have a lot of crazy, violent people in there that don't care about life, that know they're not coming home. And when you're in there, I only had 3 years. But you got to live like you got a life sentence. You got to make sure everybody respects you. You got to be this, that, and the third, whatever. It don't matter if you lose the fight, but you got to fight. You know, so
So you said to get those people off, you said you have to put metal in them. Can you elaborate on like people that like are booty bandits or whatever maybe? They may be trying to test you. You're saying, what do you mean by that?
I mean, if somebody walked up to you and said, "Hey, I want to fuck you," when we
Oh,
get
yeah.
back from rec,
beating their ass.
you could try. They might be bigger than you, though. They might be a better fighter than you.
Yeah.
They might be this and that. So
How do you escape?
stab them.
Okay.
You can't escape prison. You wake up every day hating that shit. And you can't get out. So
Mm.
people ask me, "How were you able to do this?" I didn't have a fucking option. It's what you're in. You're stuck there. There's no getting out. You put me in a tiny ass cell. I can go like this and touch both walls.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, you know, with the booty bandit situation, because I was gang affiliated, I never really had to go through that shit.
Okay.
But if you're a neutron, if you're not affiliated with
Yeah.
that shit,
They're gonna try you.
it's more likely you're gonna get tried like
Do
that.
you have to? I mean, is stabbing them enough though? Is that gonna like get them off you, or is that just to let them know that you mean business?
Well, that's
or-
gonna put him in a position where he's fighting for his fucking life, and that's gonna get the attention of everyone else. Y'all want these problems? Y'all want to go try him over there, who you know he's not gonna resist.
Gotcha.
Because there's punks on the compound that
Of course.
renamed themselves.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like somebody might be named Ryan, and now he goes by Rihanna. I swear to God, there's Rihanna's, Beyonce's, all type of shit on the compound. So they can go and play with them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just the ones that want to be violent about it, try crazy as shit.
Yeah. You gotta have zero tolerance for that.
Yeah.
shit,
So
man.
it's like, you know, you can't have that shit. Like you can't even have a rumor like that on your name if you're
Yeah.
a gang member. Somebody
course.
say you played around with a punk. You got to stab the person that spread. You know, they say don't shoot the messenger. Nah, the messenger getting popped. Everybody that said this shit getting hit. You got to like literally show people you're not fucking off.
Yeah.
And you know, I spoke on this too on No Jumper. Shout out to Adam 22.
Shout out to Adam 22.
Shout out
yeah.
to AD.
Yep. Shout out
But
to AD as well.
every scar you put on a person mentally scars you. So like you were saying, prison ain't cool for y'all that think this shit cool, getting a reputation, whatever. The more people you start hitting up, you might like it at the you think it's cool at the time.
You get addicted to the power, kind of like you were saying earlier,
and then you
right?
get out. And you get released. Right. So now what do I do to get acceptance? To get you know? 'Cause I cut him and everybody's praising me. You cut somebody out here, you're getting 15 years aggravated assault.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? A lot of things you don't realize you have PTSD until when you're in the war zone, bro. None of it bothers you. It's
Yeah.
constant madness. There's too much shit to focus on.
Yeah.
There ain't no fucking anxiety in prison.
Yeah.
It's too much shit going on.
Yep.
When you get out and you're peaceful and you're in a peaceful environment, that's when all them demons start acting up. That's when you realize how fucked up you are.
So that's why when someone leaves jail and they've done the whole like crime stuff, they come back and they do it again because like, what else do you do?
Well, they say that the longer someone's in there, like a lot of murderers, they'll get out after 20, 30, 40 years and they don't do anything again. But it's the guys that go in and do 2 years, 3 years, 5 years. It's not enough for
Those
them.
are the constant recidivists.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just not enough. They didn't get enough of a bad. Some people go in there and they're like superstars. So if you're a rapper and you're respected and you're a little bit of gangster, you know what I mean? Like the King Von situation. King Von was like that.
Yeah.
Had he been alive, he most likely would have been indicted.
I said that on my thing. That there's no
been said to be the killer of a lot of fucking people.
Yeah.
If he went to prison, he'd be a superstar in prison. He'd be fucking nurses. He'd be running dope, whatever. He'd have it all. You just got to live in there.
The
You know
guy
what I mean?
that killed PnB Rock, if he went to jail, what happened to him?
I mean, most likely nothing, because PnB Rock ain't even from California. So who the fuck finna, you know what I'm saying? That's just a random rapper that was over there.
Okay.
He might be tied into some shit, and if he is tied into people that fuck with him, maybe they're gonna step about him, maybe not. But now the guy that killed Nipsey, he might get got. He's already gotten got.
Yeah,
he just hasn't been killed. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that might
and
be
he
a
got
different
found guilty. I think
situation.
he went to trial, if I'm not mistaken, right?
I'm not even sure, to be honest with
Yeah.
you, but I know they fucked him up when he was going to court.
Okay.
Just because of who Nipsey was, and
Yeah.
the fact that that's some whole gang shit, even though the killer was supposed to be a Crip too.
Yeah.
He's most likely gonna run into some situations in prison.
They're gonna have to put him in PC probably, right?
Bro, PC, they're saying California's worse. The SNY yards. Because you gotta think, when you're in general
SNY stands for
SNY is, I don't even fucking know, I'm not from there. It's like segregated something.
Okay, has to do something with segregation.
It's basically PC.
Okay.
But it's called SNY.
In California. All right.
So they have SNY yards. Like
Protective custody for the audience there that are wondering, by the way. It means like when you're not in general population. Sorry, go ahead.
So, well, the thing is with the SNY shit is you're in GP, but it's GP for SNY. So you're moving around all the sex offenders, the child molesters, the rapists, the gang dropouts, the gang guy that wants to be gay.
Yeah.
Because real California GPs are so fucking strict. The gangs are so strict. You can't funk out of bounds.
And when you say GP, you mean gang protocol?
Nah, like the general population.
Okay.
Yeah, like a level 4. And, you know, when you go in there, bro, and they hand you a knife and tell you to body somebody, you do it.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you got to go SNY.
Okay.
But the thing about SNY is it's more like Florida prison. There's no rules. Florida prison system is like the Grand Theft Auto of fucking prisons. No one's telling you what to do. No one's making you work out when you wake up. None of that shit. You do what the fuck you want. You don't need permission to stab somebody. You don't need. California is a chain of command.
Yeah.
Most races won't even fight each other in California.
That's true.
And they're also not going to let you fight them. Like a black guy and a white guy aren't going to fight. You know what I mean? That's going to cause a race war. So if there's an issue with a black guy and a white guy, they're going to be like, all right, you got an issue with him? How serious is it? Because you got to stab him. If it's not worth killing him for, drop the issue.
Yeah.
But if it is, you're going to stab him and we're going to go to war and people are going to die.
Yeah. Y'all want to talk about jail racketeering? That's where a lot of the feds make their cases, is in California and Texas, where they have more established hierarchies with the prisons, because Texas and California, especially, like they have like a free world and an outside world, and it's very established in those types of prisons. So a lot of the federal RICOs that come from like prison stuff is because, just like you said before, it's way more established, which allows the feds to come in. Okay, now we could charge y'all with racketeering because we see that there's an established hierarchy here. We go after y'all. You guys are ordering hits, blah blah blah. It's much more segmented, which makes the feds case a lot easier.
Yeah.
But sorry, so you were saying, okay, so with Nip's guy, you think he's not going to last in there probably more than likely?
No, I think he's going to get hit most likely a few times. And like I said, he's going to run into people that probably fucked with Nip. They're just in the SNY now. They went from one to the other, but that's not going to stop. I mean, bro, you got to think there's probably a bag behind that too.
Of course.
And there's a name behind it. I get to be the guy that killed the guy that killed Nip.
Yeah, there you go. So that in itself is going to be, and else, what was it? I was going to say, I forgot. Oh, damn it! I lost my thing. It was about before. What were we talking about before, Nip? With the
California SNY.
You had a question. Well, damn it. Okay, let me read the chats real quick because I totally lost my question there. I had a question on the protective custody stuff. And guys, do me a quick favor while we this interview's lit. Like the goddamn video. Sorry for the brain fart. We got Anthony Stallworth goes. Shout out to y'all for this interview. 1090 Jake salute. Florida youth prisons are highly similar to California youth authorities. Okay, I'm assuming that's probably the same thing.
Yeah, sounds the same.
And just real quick, I know someone mentioned before you did a take on PnB Rock, because I was like,
oh, that's what I was gonna ask.
We saw him in passing. Before about a few things, maybe coming on the show as well. But it's more like, what are your thoughts on the whole situation?
That's what I was gonna ask. Yeah, thank you, bro.
I mean, like we were talking about before this show, I just got offered to do something in LA, and I was immediately like, nah, because out there is just treacherous right now. And as far as my thoughts on the actual situation, you know, I was catching people were saying shit about my video because of the title of my video, PnB Rock, robbed and killed after girlfriend posted location.
Yeah.
The title of the video itself isn't saying he was killed because of her, but he was killed after she posted the fucking location.
Yeah,
which is the timeline of events.
Yeah, it's the truth.
So nobody can be mad about the fucking timeline in which this shit took place.
Yeah.
As far as him getting killed and all the other shit that goes on out there, it's serious out there. But I don't know why people fail to realize one simple thing. People from LA aren't safe in LA.
Facts.
Otherwise, there would be no murder rate.
Yeah.
It would just be tourists getting killed.
Yep.
So if you think that all these gang members are getting killed and robbed and all that shit, and you think you're gonna go over there and nothing's gonna happen to you. It's stupid. You know what I mean? Like,
Academics did a stream recently in tribute to PnB Rock, and was it the police commissioner or someone in the police force?
Someone in the police union basically was saying it. Yeah.
Yeah, they say basically in a nutshell, when it comes to LA, we can't guarantee your safety.
yeah.
Now, if that doesn't give a red flag, I'm like, bro, they can't guarantee your safety, bro. Who's safe? And actually, one of our close friends that we know came on the show one time. I won't say his name. He is a celebrity friend that's a part of a gang, and if he got robbed in LA and he's from there, it's like, bro, like what's going on? Like, how do you stay safe? It's crazy.
It's one thing I noticed about California is that like it's just brazen, you know, like I mean them shooting somebody to, you know, Roscoe's Chicken and Waffle at 1 PM, or I heard of people getting robbed in Rodeo Drive on broad daylight,
running up.
There was an artist that was out to dinner a couple months ago and they tried to rob him and they were able to you know, he was there with his team, so they were able to, you know, fend it off. And
even home invasions, bro.
Yeah, home invasions.
You know, some celebrities, they're in their own home, bro. They're getting robbed.
Pop Smoke.
What happened?
Yeah,
I was in the Airbnb. You know what I'm saying? And like I talked about that with the PnB Rock video. They did that shit. Apparently, a 15-year-old is the one that pulled the trigger.
On PnB Rock?
No, on Pop Smoke.
Yeah, it was a 15-year-old. Yeah,
they got the Rolex and they sold it for $2,000 and split it between 4 or 5 people.
Yeah, stupid.
Damn.
So look at the PnB Rock. Like I went out to LA. No jumper poster, you know. Oh, tonight Jake out here, $100,000 chain. I was with Ratchet and Check in LA. Like, we put a whole little team together.
Yep.
And we did that for the fucking purpose of what's going on.
Of course, you have to, bro.
Specific people for that.
Of course.
You know what I mean? I brought a lot of people for that. We went out there with like 8 or 10 people. And even then, you still gotta be on point.
Of course.
But with that situation, it's a lot of people that don't even know what the fuck they're doing, or they just don't care, because when you're talking about you want to steal jewelry, you're not gonna get what they paid for it.
Facts. Yeah.
So if you rob me for this $100,000 chain, you're not gonna get $100,000. If I try to pawn this right now, I'm not gonna get $100,000. You won't. Never mind you, and then it's stolen and all this extra shit.
And it's linked to a murder or some kind of crime. Yeah.
Yeah.
People are gonna talk and know.
They're literally like how I broke down the video, and no diss to nobody from LA, but it was just a broke motherfucker that wanted to pawn his jewelry.
Facts.
And that's why he died.
Wow.
Same shit with Pop Smoke. So it's like when you think about it in that aspect, there's people out there that's starving that don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
But that also, you need to me, this is a trophy.
Yeah.
It's just, it shows like how far I came, this and that. You know what I'm saying? But to other people, it's a come up.
Yeah.
You got to keep that shit in mind when you're wearing it. And a lot of people have a complex.
Yep.
I'm not tucking my chain. I'm wearing my shit everywhere. I'm doing this. I got a gun on me. That's not going to save you.
Yeah.
Just because you have a gun.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? A lot of people have guns and they ain't been trained with a gun.
Yeah. Facts.
So it's a lot of people had guns, never shot nobody with a gun.
Facts.
Never gotten a shootout with a gun. Facts. How was y'all experience with this shit?
Yep.
So you got to be fucking on super point.
Yeah.
Even with this interview here, you know how we got it right now. We got people up here, down there, everywhere.
Yeah, if you guys try it today, I'll tell you this is gonna be a bad day for you.
You're gonna die, and I'm gonna do a video on it and make money off of it. I'm gonna put your GoFundMe in the description, all that. This is gonna be ugly.
We're all strapped up in here. Somebody try it today. It's a bad day to try it, my friends. It's a really bad day.
Play if you want to.
But there's nothing wrong with that. And I mean, when we had our conversation, I was like, that's how we got to do it. I mean, even myself, when I'm out, I know I got a lot of haters. I'm armed all the time. And I wish somebody would try me. I'll hit you with the Zimmerman. Like, what the fuck? Like, if you want to try me, whatever. But that's kind of the world that we're in now, is that people think, oh, I'll do anything for clout. Yeah, I'll try him, blah, blah, blah. And you have to be prepared a lot of times to use deadly force. And, I wish, and the thing with PnB Rock and Pop Smoke is that I wish Pop Smoke just gave him the watch. You know what I mean? He didn't want to give him the watch. He fought, and that's why they shot him. And then PnB Rock, he didn't want to give up his chain.
And the fucking shower, too, when he got hit.
Yeah.
That's weird.
He was in the shower, bro. They got him like...
I mean, for me, bro, when I'm out with my daughter, I don't wear my jewelry.
Yeah. Understandably so.
At all.
Yeah.
I wear this shit when I'm out and I got certain people around me.
Yeah.
I don't wear this shit around my daughter.
Smart.
Because I'm not going to play about her.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I pray to God, there's not going to be anything valuable if you try me when I'm with my daughter.
Mm-hmm.
So if you try me at that point, this is just, you want to, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Things are going to play out how they play out. But when I'm around the family, I don't even wear shit.
Yeah.
I keep that totally separate. So, you got to be on point because you putting the people around you at risk. So with PnB Rock, like, your girl posting shit, if I'm famous, even how the situation I'm in with having the YouTube channel, I'm single, even if I'm taken.
Yeah.
I'm not going to tell you who I'm dating, who I'm fucking, none of that.
Yeah.
You know, when we do this shit later with the girls, Jay, you single, take a relationship? I'm single as fuck, even if I'm taken. Because the thing is, most likely the girl that I'm with doesn't live the same lifestyle as I do.
Yeah.
If she works a regular job, she got to go outside.
Yep.
I'm not trying to publicize that.
Yep.
Because she's not going to be as discreet. She's not going to think from the same mindset that I have, the fucking paranoia that I have. You know what I'm saying? Like, she's not going to have that. So they might be able to find her faster than they find me, but they're going to find me through her.
Yeah.
Yeah. So someone said, I won't say who it is for obvious reasons, but like they were like, yo, you want to get to somebody? Fuck getting them in person. Get to the girl.
Yeah.
Because what's going to happen is she get him locked in. That's where you get him.
All right, boom. Let me break this down for you. I just broke
go
this
ahead.
down.
Yeah.
I was on a live with King AK-47, Seti Nash, and AD.
Okay.
Shout out to
Shout
them.
out AD.
Yeah.
Yeah. So for me, when I research my videos, I do a lot of fucking research.
You definitely do.
But like I just told you, with people that know law, it's either law enforcement or criminals. When people learn how to research shit, it's the same thing, right? So with me, Facebook is a motherfucker. I love Facebook. I don't really have shit on my Facebook. I only use it to do research on cases.
Yeah.
So if I want to find out where somebody stays at, type in their name, their government name, whatever. If they got a page, most likely on their Facebook, they're going to have relatives.
Yep.
He's not going to post where he lives at, but they're going to post their house.
Yeah.
They're going to post their cars. They're going to post who they're related to. Once I get an idea, or if I even do get the address, let's say I get the address of an arrest report, right?
Yep.
So I know where he stays at, but who else stays in that house? Now I'm Googling who lives at this house. All the registered voters are popping up. People are popping up that bought the property. Whoever's getting mail at that property. Now I know their names. I can see whose last name is whose. I'm putting it together. I'm building your whole fucking family tree. It's the same thing the police are going to do with a gang.
Exactly.
I'm going to find out everything about it. You know what I'm saying? But I'm searching LLCs. If I can't find your fucking address, you got an LLC, let me search that. If you don't got a registered agent, you doing some shit at the house, now I got your addy.
Yep.
This is how I figure all this shit out.
Yep.
At the same time, I use all this to cover my tracks.
Of course.
To make sure somebody can't do the same shit on me. But it's just like, your family isn't going to move like you. I don't follow any family members on anything. If they try to follow me, I'll block them. Because the same way I figure shit out, you got weirdos that'll try to, like even girls, like I'll post a story with a girl and people are hitting the girl like, oh, how do you know him? Where's he at? You know where he lives? Like weird shit, you know?
Right.
But it's just like, you can't expect everybody to carry that burden that you live with because of your notoriety. So it's just like, I don't have any family on my shit, but other people don't think the same way. That's how I'm able to formulate and build these fucking videos that have so many fucking facts correct. Like I know whose house this is. I know this, I know this, I know that.
Yeah.
Because I'm able to look into all this shit and a lot of it's public information.
Yeah.
I was with academics at Rolling Loud, and it's a bunch of rappers there, some with girlfriends, some with not. And the topic came up, basically, we had to interview with somebody. And I was like, bro, your girl has to know how to move. If she doesn't know how to move, she could put you in danger. And look, it happened to PnB Rock. I'm not saying that anyone was perfect because obviously speaking, he didn't know what was going to happen. He's out there eating with his girl. He thought it was cool. But it's like, at the end of the day, bro, your girl could be your downfall. You never know. So it's just scary, bro.
I mean, to be honest, though, like I would even look past that. He shouldn't even have been there.
Yeah.
You know, he could. If you know that the girl that you with, she can be as reckless as she wants to be. At the same time, you make decisions too. You should have never went to that fucking spot. We would have had an argument.
Yeah.
No, we're not going there.
Hell no. Yeah.
I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
Most likely that was his car. Like, why the fuck y'all over there? Y'all got something to prove to somebody? Y'all just want to look cool over there? Like, no. It just doesn't make any fucking sense. It was avoidable, and that's what's so sad. And you got so many people that are just defending the shit out of her, but at the same time, that was a man instead of a female.
Yeah.
They wouldn't be defending him. That was his homie that posted that shit. They'd be like, damn, you got your homie whacked. You dumb as fuck. Because it's a female, they have more sympathy.
Yeah.
You can't confuse or mix up sympathy with the truth. Doesn't matter that it was a female. She fucked up. She played. And that's what happened.
And they're saying like they're conspiracy theorists out there saying, oh, she set him up, blah, blah, blah. I don't think that. I just think just stupidity and just carelessness. And, you know, a lot of girls like live through their Instagram. They need the attention. They need the clout. Oh, I need likes and shit like that. She was thirsty. She hadn't had her Instagram for 6 months. Like that's just how females be when it comes to social media.
I had people messaging me today because I posted. I went and got the new iPhone, so I posted, you know, the little location or whatever, the mall that I was at. People like, oh, you're gonna be the next PnB, da 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 da.
Of course.
Like, bro, if I posted it, I'm
left
gone. 2-3 hours ago.
Thank you.
Bro,
Thank you.
Am I fucking retarded? Like, I'm still fucking there. Like, we been gone. And then not only that, but we moving with fucking
All
Yeah,
that shit.
we got Dracos in the mall. Like
Yeah.
you tripping? The motherfuckers is licensed. Like I got the right motherfucking team. This ain't no. Yeah, like I'm a felon, but the homies got L's.
Yep.
They will legally kill you, and I'm gonna do the video. Like, this is how it happened. Yeah. R.I.P.
And speaking of which, with moving a certain way, whatever, you make content where I would say like between you, Trap Lord Ross,
shout out to him.
academics, Trap Geek, etc. These are some really good reporting channels when it comes to what's going on with hip hop and violence and everything else like that. Obviously, when you report the truth, people are going to hate that. You've exposed a lot of people with some fantastic, paperwork skills and investigating skills. I mean, hell, I used your content on when I broke down the YSL member that was, snitching, Woody, right? If I'm not mistaken, which was great. I made sure to give credit where it's due. Obviously, that's caused you some enemies. Can you tell us a little bit about that as far as like what kind of potential backlash you might have been getting for just telling the truth?
I mean, for one, I could have had a Say Cheese interview, but I exposed his artist, Spot him, got him. Yeah. So I actually talked to some of the people that Spot him grew up around, some of the other rappers from Jacksonville. I fuck with a few of them. But Say Cheese obviously didn't appreciate that because that's his money getting fucked up now. Yeah. Because nobody's going to want to do business with somebody that ratted.
Yeah.
Right.
At the same time, the whole thing about snitching is crazy because I can expose somebody as being a full-blown fucking rat with an interrogation video, with all the statements, the case file. I can expose them to a T, and somebody will still have an excuse.
Of course.
Oh, but he was young. We were all young. I was 18 when I caught my case. You know what I'm saying? How is that a fucking excuse?
Yeah.
They'll come up with all the excuses. But then me covering the Melly case, you're speaking on an open murder. You're a rat. I'm speaking on the fucking paperwork that they already posted.
Yeah.
I'm in contact with his camp. Like, how the fuck? Like, I've talked to his lawyer. I've talked to Track. I did an interview with Track.
Yeah.
You know, that interview has been looked at in the case.
Yeah.
Every fucking thing that Track has ever done speaking on it is being reviewed in the case.
Of course.
Because they're trying to see if there's any discrepancy.
Yeah.
So it's not out of bounds, but it's crazy people throw around the snitch shit for covering things with public information. But then when you expose a real rat, they defend the fuck out of them.
Yeah.
You know, but as far as enemies, I look at it like this. I got more enemies than I know of.
Yeah.
So that's why I just keep everything militant when I move around.
Got him.
I don't really feel like it's affected me in a business sense because I'm not a rapper.
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck about collabs. I used to do the interviews. I stopped doing the interviews. So really, I just make all this money by myself.
Yeah. You do everything yourself. You edit your own videos.
Edit all of my own shit.
Research.
I do all of my own research, every fucking thing, everything. I learned how to do all this myself.
Yep.
And I think that's what separates me from a lot of other channels is because they rely on certain people.
Yep.
Yeah, cool. You can hire someone that does something for you, but the day that he's sick, you're fucked.
Yep.
That fucks up your money.
Yep.
At the same time, if you make $66,000 in a month, that's all yours.
Yep.
You don't got to bust it down with nobody.
Yep.
And then with YouTube, I don't even know how taxes will work with having a whole bunch of people put into it, but I don't have to deal with none of that shit.
Yeah. Yeah, you do it yourself, everything yourself.
Yeah,
which
I make all the money, I put in all the work, and you know, sometimes it can be overwhelming, but I like how I run it for now.
Yeah.
In the future, I might think about having employees and expanding it in a different sense.
Yeah.
But everything's on me right now.
Yeah, because you're releasing, because you're doing longer type content. You're doing anywhere from 10 all the way up to 45 minutes to an hour long. You're doing editing. You're doing voiceovers. You got B-roll in there. You're pulling up documents, you know. So I know just from being in this space as well that like that is not easy to do. And for you to edit it yourself, I mean, you're generating 1 or 2 videos a week.
Yeah,
That's
I mean,
quite
bro,
a bit.
I was doing like 5 videos a week.
Yeah.
But I wasn't leaving my house.
Yeah.
I'm waking up, doing research, doing the video. I'm finished at 5 a.m. I stay up until 10 a.m. to drop it. I drop it and I sleep from 11 in the afternoon till 5 o'clock in the evening, whatever. Like, I was really fucking myself up.
Yeah.
So when people are like, oh, you're not dropping as often, you're not doing this, that's because I'm trying to get my shit together off screen.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, one of the biggest things I want to get into now is fitness. I want to change everything about
You
that.
lost a lot of weight, by the way.
Because I've been losing weight gradually because I was in the boxing shit. You know what I'm saying? Because when I was in prison, I was skinny as fuck.
Yeah.
But when I got out, once I got fired from my job, and then I had my daughter, I was like just in the house with my daughter. but I wouldn't change that for nothing because I've spent literally every minute with it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's
it wasn't
great.
until I started traveling around doing the interviews and shit that I was actually not with her.
Mhm.
And then working from home. And then fucking COVID hit.
Oh yeah.
Well, I already work from home. I'm not going outside at all. I'm just hibernating this bitch.
Yeah.
So I was just gaining weight in that motherfucker. But now I'm at a point where with like the PTSD and the anxiety and all that shit from prison, exercise is one of the only things that's helping me.
Yeah.
It just helps me deal with it. I feel great when I leave the gym.
That's what's up.
And I meet people in there that are motivated and disciplined.
Yeah.
And that's what I want to be around. You know what I'm saying? Like, I done been around all the killers. I haven't been around the millionaires. I'm trying to get around shit I couldn't be around.
Bam.
And then with that, you're going to grow.
Bam.
You're going to get better.
Facts.
So that's what I'm on right now. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, that's true, man. They say, you know, you're the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. You know, if you hang out with a bunch of millionaires, you'll be the 6. If you hang out with a bunch of losers, you'll be the 6.
Yeah.
So it's the same thing. And that's a great come up story, man. I mean, like from coming from, you know, not really having a home to going through the prison system in Florida, getting involved in fights and, you know, seeing people die and everything else. And then like saying, okay, well, it's time to change and getting out there and figuring out YouTube. Because guys, I'll tell you this, man, like when I got into YouTube myself, you know, I didn't go ahead and like figure out editing or any of this stuff. I just like said, fuck, I'm going to hire an editor off rip. But I was in a good position where I had a good job and I was able to invest and get an editor from the beginning. But for you to like kind of figure it out on your own, okay, I'm going to make content, figure out how to edit, figure out how to do the voiceover, figure out how to overlay everything. You know, what do you use, Final Cut Pro, or do you use oh, you don't want to say?
You want to laugh?
Yeah, go ahead. What do you
Are you
use?
familiar with like editing software and all that?
A little bit.
I use iMovie.
iMovie?
Oh shit.
Fine.
On
Okay.
my fucking phone.
What?
Wow.
99% of the editing I do is on iMovie.
That's fucking lit.
I have
You're taking an iMovie to the fucking limit then.
listen, because
That's what's up.
It's like my grandmother broke it down with art, right? Because I used to be big into graffiti. I used to want to get all the expensive shit that I couldn't afford. And she was like, you know, a real artist can make anything from the simplest shit.
Facts.
The tools aren't going to make you great. You learning what to do with the simplest things is going to make you great.
Yeah.
I started off with iMovie. I learned how to tweak that shit to the fullest.
Yeah.
So I have Adobe Premiere Pro.
Yeah.
I only use it to add the music in the background. That's
Yeah.
it. And I put the little fucking 1090 logo in the corner.
Bam.
So yeah, I'm making hundreds of thousands of dollars off iMovie, and it's free.
That's fucking crazy.
You know what's funny?
Yeah.
I met a huge YouTuber, and I was like, "Yo, bro, how do you edit your videos?" iMovie from his phone. That's facts
Yeah.
though.
If you learn how to use that motherfucker correctly,
Yeah.
that's the thing.
It
And
is
you know,
pretty user friendly.
yeah, it's like, bro, that's the first thing I try to figure out because I didn't have any money to put into this shit. So
Yeah.
when I got out of prison, I was homeless. I went to prison without a home.
When'd you get out?
July 2015.
Okay.
By July 2016, I was facing another case for chasing somebody with a gun. So when I got out, I moved back up to Boston specifically because I didn't know anyone.
Yeah.
I don't really have roots there. I got family there, but I don't know anyone there. I didn't grow up there.
Yeah.
I feel like I grew up in Florida. You know what I mean? That's everyone, that's everything, whatever.
Yeah.
So when I got out, I was gonna live with a family member and I found out I couldn't right when I got there.
Oh,
So I'm like, what the fuck? So I actually had to get myself into a program.
Mhm.
So I got into a program, got kicked out the program, was bouncing around these fucking like group home type settings for adults. And then I met a girl, was living with her.
Mhm.
That's where I started to do everything. You know what I'm saying? And then, I mean, I'm living off of someone else's Section 8. I can't even legally live there.
Yeah.
It was fucked up. And I'm in the hood.
Yeah.
I'm in Dudley Street in Boston. This shit's,
Is that in Dorchester?
it starts in Dorchester, it ends in Roxbury.
Okay.
So North Dorchester is like worst crime.
Yeah.
It's patrolled by B2, which really is in Roxbury.
Yep.
This is the most active area in the city of Boston. It's all patrolled by B2.
Yeah.
So Dudley
Talking about
Street,
Boston Police Department, right?
Yeah. yeah, that's the specific police that
I'm
patrol
very
that
familiar
area.
with Boston. Guys, I went to college in Boston, as y'all know. But so what he's talking about, Dorchester is a neighborhood within Boston, and so is Roxbury. Those are two pretty rough areas.
Yeah,
So-
so
sorry,
I
go
mean,
ahead.
people get murdered on that street.
Yeah.
You see the candles on that street. So when I moved over there, it's lit.
Mhm.
But just like going to a new prison, you want to turn up. I wanted to turn up.
Yeah.
So I started getting into shit. But more or less, I got my shit together, was able to do my own thing.
Mhm.
And I went from my first YouTube check was like $800 to $900. And then I started making thousands and thousands a month.
Yeah.
And then by the time I did the No Jumper interview that year, I had made $560K.
That's what's up,
Damn,
baby.
That's fire.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
man.
So chat, what's your excuse?
Yeah. What's your excuse, guys?
Listen, man, had a bad upbringing, went to jail, came out, suffered, and still made it happen. What's your excuse, man?
That's what I'm telling you, bro. Like, there's no excuse to be poor. There's no excuse to be a fucking bum. Like, Jake made it happen. You know what I'm saying? So y'all can too. Anything here, Chris?
Yeah. Right here.
Okay. And I was also okay. So real quick, Frankie Baltimore goes, open source intelligence. I thought this was only obtainable in cybersecurity. What I do all day, I'm a boring person and I like it that way. Good luck finding me. Guys, never use your real name for anything online. Not worth it in this day and time. Thank you very much, Frankie Baltimore. I appreciate that. So going back to the King Von thing, because I did a whole video on that. I agree with you that if he was still alive, 100% he would have been a part of that FBI RICO where they got, because once they killed Duck at the Gold Coast there in Chicago, which is a very affluent, nice area. Think of it as like kind of like the Boylston of Boston, or like the Fifth Avenue, Newberry and Boylston in Boston, or Fifth Avenue in New York City. So like they killed them in a very ritzy area in front of a lot of posh, affluent people. So of course they're gonna be like, yo, what the fuck? So I mean, they definitely would have. He probably would have been the top one in that indictment if they went after him. But but that's kind of what it is. And you're saying that if he was in prison, you think he would have been a pretty much a rock star?
He'd have been good.
Yeah,
because he's not pussy.
Yeah,
and he's got the reputation and he's got money.
And that leads me to my second question: when rappers go to prison, because I've heard good things where like they get treated like royalty, then other things where they just constantly treat them poorly because they're like, oh, you ain't real, or they're constantly getting tested.
Yeah.
What was your experience, or what's your thoughts on that as far as like when celebrities or athletes or rappers or whoever gets into the prison system?
I never seen any. I never experienced that, but it's gonna depend. See, the thing is, if they get locked up in their city and they got smoke in their city, they're gonna be the number one target because everyone wants to be the one that got them.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
Yeah,
but they're gonna have friends too. So, if you that dude for real, you might have more friends than enemies.
Yeah.
And because of that, you might be good. At the same time, like, people were getting knocked off like $500 in the Florida prison system. So you say, hey, I got 10 bands, take him off the compound.
Yeah,
he's gonna die.
Yeah.
And as soon as the cells pop, he's out of there because $10,000 is someone serving life.
Yeah.
It's gonna last them forever.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
Yeah, motherfuckers get knocked off for honey buns and shit. Like, it's cheap.
Honey buns.
The price of life is cheap in there. Yeah, like $100 you get popped. They put a $50 hit on me when I got cut. $50. Yeah, and it happened. I don't know if you got paid, but it's cheap. So you go in there throwing a couple $1,000s, you getting people killed. So the thing that I think is the worst though for the rappers getting locked up is they get locked up in cities that they move to where they don't know anyone, they don't have the ties.
Yeah.
So like people like Soulja Boy getting locked up in LA, they said he was in PC. Even though he's supposed to be tied in with a LA blood set. I don't know how the fuck that works. But then you have the excuse, oh, he's a celebrity, gonna do some shit. A lot of rappers really ain't gangster. Then you got some rappers that's fucking like that. Honeycomb Brazy. Like that. Doing videos from prison on Instagram with it. Gangster. Been stabbing shit. It comes with the territory.
Yeah.
So, it depends on the rapper. It depends where they're at.
What would you say is the biggest difference? I know you didn't necessarily spend time in the feds, but I'm sure you probably know people that did it, whatever. What would you say is the biggest difference between the feds and the state as far as the prison system goes?
Depends on which state. As far as Florida, the racial segregation, the politics, it's strict.
Yeah.
The feds don't fuck off. Nobody's playing in the feds. There's no fighting in the feds. If you're going to go at it, you're going to go at it with knives. People are going to die. If you go in there claiming to be some badass, they're going to want you to show that.
Yep.
But you do have like lows and camps in the feds.
Yeah.
That are super fucking sweet.
Yeah.
And then you got the USPs.
College campuses almost.
Yeah. Like
I've been to one in Pensacola. I remember I went to go interview somebody up there and damn near college campus. They walk around and talk and hang out and shit. I was like, what the fuck is
So
going
when
on?
I first went to prison, I was at Sumter Correctional Institution in Florida, and like 30 minutes away was the federal compound that Whitey Bulger was on.
Oh, yeah. I broke down his case recently too.
Yeah, but when you hit a USP, that's when shit is gangster.
Yeah.
It's fucking crazy. It's usually racially segregated.
Yep.
So if you're like a white blood or a white Crip, shit can get kind of iffy.
Yeah.
Because that might piss off the Nazis, and they like that in there.
Yeah.
You're not just gonna be, oh, them white boys are soft. All right, they're gonna take your fucking head off, and they have a history of doing so.
Yeah.
The Aryan Brotherhood, they've never been known for the numbers. They've been known for what they do.
Yeah.
To everyone though, the COs, the prison guards included, like they don't. Fuck off.
They've killed prison guards. Yeah, plenty of times.
No, they don't. They don't fuck off.
Yeah,
like they own that. You know what I mean? So for people that grow up in certain environments, with like the white kid, you bully him, and then you go to the feds, it's a different story.
Yeah,
you gotta learn to respect everybody, but at the same time, you can take that home with you and learn to respect everybody out here.
Yeah,
that'll save you from a lot of situations.
Yeah.
What about 6ix9ine? Your thoughts on him? I guess like, did he really? Is he a snitch? I mean, well, that's.
Is he a snitch?
I mean, that's pretty obvious. But like, thoughts on 6ix9ine?
I feel like the people that put him in the position are at fault as well.
Okay.
Because if you know how someone is, you shouldn't even give them that much room to do what he did.
Gotcha.
If you know someone isn't like that, you shouldn't be having them in situations where shit's going down.
Yeah.
As far as him paying for shit to get done, you know, that's to be expected.
Yeah.
He wants to prove to everybody he's this and that.
Mm-hmm. The biggest, the worst thing is saying it on TMZ.
Yeah, I mean, like, I
covered that whole thing. The 10K hit on.
As far as like 6ix9ine, like you got some people that fuck with him. They're like, oh, I don't care if he snitch. I look at him as a civilian, and his excuse was his girl got fucked. People's girls get fucked all the time.
Yeah,
that's not an excuse to snitch. You know what I'm saying? Like, you put a lot of people away, but if you were like that from the beginning, those people should have never put you in a position where you can tell. And that's the main thing for me is I used to be mad as fuck at my co-defendant. I used to want to, like, I had dreams about this shit, showing up to his house. The mom, get her.
Oh,
him,
wow.
Get her.
Yeah.
The dog, get it. The fish, dead.
Yeah.
Everything.
The goldfish, gone.
I thought about it, though, and it's like, it's me to blame.
Yeah.
Because I gave him something that he can tell on.
Yeah.
I should have just did shit by myself.
Yeah.
So it's like, you know, with 6ix9ine, it's like, I mean, it's fuck him at the end of the day, but
yeah.
I'm not sitting at home like, oh, if I see 6ix9ine, I'm like,
yeah.
It is what it is.
So, and I guess this is kind of where me and you could disagree a little bit. Like I've covered it and I've said, I think he did the smartest thing ever by cooperating and giving, because the thing is, you know, whoever comes to the police first, a lot of the times, or the feds or whatever, and you're able to offer a significant amount of information before co-conspirators are able to come, and you're able to put them in a position where they can investigate the case and get other people. I've always said, when you're a cooperator, you kind of want to be in the middle. You don't want to be at the top because that's who the file title is named after, but you also don't want to be at the bottom because you're not going to have significant information to actually be able to report to get yourself some credible time.
Right.
So for him, he was in a very unique situation where, since he was a financer, he wasn't necessarily in the gang, so to speak, because he never got jumped or whatever. He wasn't really in, but he was in a position where he saw what the higher ups were doing, like Mel Murder and Shotty, but at the same time, he had lower level guys like Kuda B, who was running hits and everything else. So he was in a perfect position to cooperate. So I look at it like, he would have easily done 50 years plus if he went to trial or if he tried to fight the case on the RICO stuff. And he was going to die in prison anyway because, you know, because of what was going on. But I could definitely see your perspective too, because there is a code on the streets that once you tell, it's a wrap. Well, once you come in. So I see the
at the same time, I don't even think we disagree. Because it's like he did the smartest thing for him.
Yeah, he did. Yeah.
If you're that type of person, if you look into a lot of like the scam cases, the fraud cases, Wall Street cases, they almost all tell on each other.
They all do.
And they all end up at sweet ass spots.
Yeah.
With barely any punishment, but made crazy amounts of money.
Yep.
Like they be knowing that shit. Like, all right, if we get fucked up, we'll just admit to it.
Jordan Belfort told on his guy. You know, the Wolf
but
of Wall
some
Street.
of them, like what I'm saying is, some of them snitch on each other, but they plan to do it.
Yeah.
Like, yo, we're just gonna tell them what we did, and then we're probably gonna be good.
Yeah.
If we don't say anything, we're gonna be fucked even more. So that's that type of person. But at the same time, with the gang politics, like when you sign up for certain shit, then it becomes morals, and principles.
Yeah.
If it's not in you to tell, like, you know, I'm Irish and Italian. Certain
from Boston
households you grow up in don't like that shit.
Yeah.
You don't tell your friends, you mind your fucking business, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's like when you deal with that mob shit too, that was a big thing. But once the RICO came into play, everybody started fucking telling.
Yeah.
So if that was the best thing in his interest, because he wouldn't have lasted as a blood on a fucking penitentiary yard. The Mexicans would have got him first.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh, you a Mexican, you doing this shit with the rainbows, you're gonna die.
Yeah.
So it's like, you know, he did what he did. Now he out here.
Would have got him because they could have sent him anywhere. And in the federal prison, they said they could send your ass to Texas, whatever. And Lime is strong in Texas and in California.
He would have been out of there, bro.
Yeah.
So it's like he made the smartest move for him. Do I respect it? No.
Yeah.
But that's what he did.
Yeah.
See, I know two people, 6ix9ine and Danny. 6ix9ine character in itself, I'm not gonna say I support that because that's a little bit crazy. But Danny himself, he's a cool dude. You know?
Nice guy.
Nice guy.
Met him.
Not bad at all. But the snitching part, I'm a civilian, bro. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
But I get why people would care because that's their whole culture, that's their life. So I get it.
Yeah, there's a code of silence. You know, I mean, the mafia call it omerta. You know, right? You go in and you know you don't talk, you don't say shit. That's kind of how it goes. But like you said, the racketeering laws kind of came in the 70s and changed all that. And this is because, you know, little history lesson here for y'all that might be wondering, like the FBI's number one mission back in the 1970s was to go after the FBI, La Cosa Nostra. Excuse me, the FBI's number one mission was to go after the mafia, La Cosa Nostra. So they you know, the RICO laws were really put in place to go after the big bosses who were the ones ordering the hits that were in kind of a protected position where they'd order the hits, but you wouldn't be able to tie it back to them. So now people cooperating and saying, oh, I did this because of this guy and I'm kicking the money back up. Bam. Well, now we can go ahead at the entire enterprise versus going after one individual. Yes.
One thing I want to say is I hate when people say that.
Why?
There's Danny and 6ix9ine, Danny and Tekashi, because it's like it's not an excuse. He was one of the first people to troll PnB Rock when he got killed.
Yeah.
I mean, he died over waffles.
Yeah, 6ix9ine.
You know, so I mean, bro, if he gets that excuse and he gets a pass for all the fuck shit that he do because it's like, oh, but Danny's a good kid. Well, you got YNW Melly and you got Melvin. You know what I'm
Where
saying?
you're coming from.
I see what you mean.
It's like it can't be an excuse. Like you got 1090 J, you got Jacob. So I can't do no fuck shit. Like on to like y'all know about Charleston White?
Yeah.
He shot himself.
That's another. Yeah, he just popped himself.
Yeah, bro. So
You got shot himself?
So apparently,
He's
so
in the
about the
club.
too.
What
So
the
he's in the
fuck?
club,
Yeah.
right? Like, apparently, they let him in with a pistol or whatever, and he shot himself in the leg.
Oh, my
I'm like,
God.
how you do that? And then he's the person that says like,
Plaxico
"Don't be
burst.
stupid."
Yeah.
I'm like, bro, that was
Yeah,
stupid.
But
hit
like
himself with a
even with
Plaxico.
him, like he says he puts on a persona
Yeah.
and he says a lot of crazy shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then at the same time, he'll go and speak in front of mayors and all types of other shit. And he'll work with kids in the system, and it's a whole nother persona. But just having those two sides, I don't really think it's an excuse.
Well, this is how I see it, right? Because I'm a big marketing guy. So the marketing is 6ix9ine. That needs a person. Yeah, you're right. It is still the same
No,
person.
he's a fucking genius.
No, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
The marketing part, I'm not gonna lie. He can get you to look at his page.
His Gooba comeback was
Clicks,
literally doing the
likes.
IG story, doing the music video, even the lyrics, you know, came home, got a big bag, like trolling everybody.
Bro, he
Crazy.
No one can say he's dumb.
Yeah,
That's not one thing. He's not
Stupid.
dumb.
yeah.
Yeah.
He's very fucking smart in what he does.
Yeah.
But
Leverage it to his advantage.
it's just the shit that he does is not everything is respectable.
100%.
So I would say, even if he doesn't outwardly say it,
Yeah.
that his biggest insecurity is most likely how people look at him.
Bam.
You're not gonna get the respect you want after the shit that you've done.
And I told him many times, bro, the shit you're doing with 6ix9ine brand is not good at all for you.
I want to say this real quick too, though, on the PnB Rock thing. What I will say is that someone, because I thought that was fucked up too, because I saw that story when he said,
Bro.
"Oh, bro died over a waffle," and he put like a
Come on,
an
man.
emoji. But someone brought to my attention, PnB Rock did wish death upon him as well.
He did.
He said, "Oh, I can't wait till they smoke his ass or whatever or something like that." So
It's
the
true.
thing about 6ix9ine is he always trolls people back that like wish death upon him. Is that the best thing to do? Like to make fun of someone as soon as they die or whatever? He did the same shit with King Von and stuff.
I feel like
But,
that shit's
yeah,
lame, bro.
it's crazy,
Because
yeah.
like
The person's dead.
if there's no blood behind it, if you haven't killed none of my people,
Yeah,
then it's
not
not
that
really that
serious.
serious. Because at the end of the day, bro, like I'm looking at it from a different perspective. I'm a father. I got a daughter.
Yeah.
A lot of these people's parents.
Yeah.
I'm thinking about your family when you
You're
die.
right.
They're
Yeah.
all heartbroken. Everything's just changed. You know, I never lost a parent. Like my father wasn't fucking murdered. But to do that, you just made that happen to some kid. You know what I'm saying? So it's like if he was dissing over some shit that's like blood related, like they killed his homie, as his best friend, they grew up together, he got a reason to say some shit.
Yeah.
Like, oh, you killed, bro. Like, yeah, fuck you for life. But
Yeah.
if you just dissing people because they're like, oh, fuck 6ix9ine, I hope he dies, he's a rat. And you're, oh, you died over waffles. Fuck. Like, it's just like, I
It's
don't
too
know.
much, honestly, bro.
Yeah.
Like, that's what keeps him going.
Yeah.
That's what keeps him in the loop.
It's that energy.
That's a dangerous game. His security must be fucking millionaires. Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's tough, man. I mean, I know he does well internationally. He gets I think he went out to Turkey or something like that and had a bunch of people out there. Or
Bro,
something.
he went to the fucking favelas in Brazil.
Yeah, he went there with Steve.
With Steve
Will do
Will
it.
do it.
Yeah.
Will do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and gave them Rolexes.
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck. Like just going in that shit,
that shit
and
is
then
very
you're
dangerous.
good. Like they don't even care that you snitched, and because they play different. Like you ever gone on them websites where you get viruses, but you see some executions and shit?
Oh, yeah,
The
yeah,
shit
yeah,
that
yeah.
comes out of Brazil
Yeah.
is fucking
Mexico, too.
nuts.
Yeah.
Yeah, shit's crazy.
Damn.
The fact that they did that is like,
Yeah, I'm shocked that they went there too. I was like, what the hell?
but money is, you know, they don't give a fuck about snitching apparently.
Yeah.
If you're coming with fucking Rolexes, and he probably gave them like a $5,000 Rolex.
Yeah.
I think Steve will do it, give a bunch of money too to some families there.
He be giving money to everybody. I actually
Yeah.
like him.
Yeah.
I follow him. I don't give a fuck if he fucks with 6ix9ine. Like,
Yeah.
I'm not gonna be. Oh, I can't. I don't
Yeah.
care because I don't look at Steve as like a gangster.
Nah,
He do a lot of good shit for a lot of good people.
Genuine
does.
guy.
Yeah.
I just hit his channels.
Yeah, they canceled him. It's
His-
just fucking
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
too.
fucked up over a gambling thing. Like
Yeah.
that's
Steak apparently, but Is what it is,
It's
bro.
wild, bro.
It's crazy.
But you got like these other idiots on YouTube that are out here doing all the stupid shit that they do, but someone donates hundreds of thousands, millions of dollars to people, you know, and
I wish we could petition as YouTubers for him to, you know what I'm saying?
yeah,
Like,
I'll do that for him, for Tate, everybody.
Because they got the cancel culture. We need to bring it back culture.
Yeah.
Bam.
If it's that powerful to just wipe somebody, Andrew Tate, I watch his shit too.
Yeah.
See,
What are your thoughts on Andrew?
I mean, bro, I look at it like this, right? Not even on him, just in general. Freedom of speech is everything.
Facts.
I want to know who's racist.
Yeah.
I want to know who hates me. Let
Yeah.
them say it. It gives me a, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, I want to know. I'd rather have that because the biggest thing about the KKK is you didn't know who they were.
Bam.
Yeah.
That was the problem.
They would hood up at night.
They hood up at night.
And then walk through the day
So
normally.
the thing is, with today's society, is all the power went to the kid in school that got bullied in class and was quiet. If he spoke up, if he tried to make a joke, everyone got on his ass. He got pushed in the locker. He got beat up in the hallway. You know what I'm saying? That kid that went on home and fucking stayed on the computer and shit, he got all the power now. Because he's going to know how the algorithm works. He can make a comment, buy fake bots to like the comment, and then everyone thinking the shit cool, and they go with it. You know what I'm saying? Like, the people that aren't even seen, that wouldn't be able to speak in a room 50 years ago, because men spoke with men. You had to show up. You had to be there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You couldn't just be timid and fucking, like, they're just going to look at you like, you're not a man.
Yeah. Facts.
But now anyone, you don't even know what the fuck they look like. They have the power. So when you have someone like Andrew Tate, doesn't matter who he speaks on. It's freedom of speech.
Yep.
That's his opinion. That's his fucking opinion. He says something about women, whatever. It is what the fuck it is. But he should have the right to say that.
Yeah.
To completely take that away and just be like, oh, we're just going to completely fucking cancel him is crazy, because now who decides what's right and wrong?
Yeah.
Bam.
Who gets that job?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, who gets to be the ultimate
Goes to
fucking
the moral police now. And we're going off of
But
emotion
then whose
versus...
morals are we going off?
Exactly.
Because now
That's
if we
what I'm
look
saying,
at
yeah.
it from a political sense, you got this side viewing it this way, this side viewing it this way.
Facts.
We think there should be guns. We think there shouldn't be guns. So who are we going to give all the power to?
Yeah.
It's fucking crazy. People should be able to speak, and you know what I'm
I
saying?
agree.
I like Andrew Tate shit.
Yeah.
Some of the things he might say I might not agree with. I don't agree with every fucking body.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But there's other things that he says that are definitely fucking motivational. What color's your fucking Bugatti? That right there is just like
Legendary.
yeah. So, you know, it's just, I hope he's able to get back on.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because I think there's a lot of voices that should be heard. And then as far as silencing the racists, and just let them expose themselves.
Yeah.
W
You
Jake in
know?
the chat, man. W Jake in the
Yeah,
chat.
man.
Wake.
I agree that you gotta, you know, as they call it, wake. I agree, man. When you silence one person, you're basically effectively silencing everyone. It's just a matter of time until
And it's
oh, well, I'm
scary
not appropriate.
when they have that much power.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because even with Joe Rogan,
Yep.
like I'm heavy on his podcast.
Yep.
And when he started getting in the COVID shit,
Yep.
shit started getting spooky.
Yep.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, it makes you think about what you can and what you can't say.
Yeah.
You know,
I think that's a
'cause-
big reason why he went over to Spotify, and he only puts
Yeah.
clips on YouTube now.
Yeah.
He no longer puts the podcast on
That's smart.
on there, which, you know, he talks about a lot of things. He brings in different professionals from different perspectives. But what did they try to do with him? They try to, you know, release that
N-word.
video of him dropping an N-bomb a million times to try to discredit his character. Like, look at him, he's a racist, blah, blah, blah.
Look at
And-
Joe Biden. Like back in the day, he said he didn't want to integrate schools because he didn't want his kid going to a jungle or some shit along those lines.
Damn.
Like, I mean, you look in a lot of people's history, they got fucked up
You're gonna
histories.
find it,
But
yeah.
then at the same time, you know, you can't be like, oh, your history doesn't define you. And then you try to cancel somebody off of some shit that happened 20 years ago.
Yeah.
People change at the end of the day, right?
Yeah.
So it's like, it's just, you have to find a median and what shit actually works.
Yeah.
But I don't think cancel culture is good for any fucking body.
Facts.
It hurts these weird liberals, these libtards, hurts them too.
No.
You know, because it's crazy. Like you look at someone like I like to use Tim as an example. Tim Pool, he was considered liberal 10 years ago with Occupy Wall Street. Now he's considered a far right leftist.
That's
Sorry,
crazy.
right, a conservative. So it's like, you know, people's values change on what's liberal, what's not, and now he's considered conservative.
and
So
he didn't
things have
change.
changed, and he didn't really change. It's
Yeah.
the same exact thing.
But there's only certain shit you can cancel.
Yeah.
Because they haven't canceled transgenders that do drag
Yeah.
reading books in front of kids.
Yep. They
That
haven't.
hasn't been canceled.
That's true.
There's a lot of shit that hasn't been canceled. And
Yep.
you can't play with the LGBT community.
can't.
Hell no.
They'll come
You
after you.
can't diss them. You can't say nothing.
Yep.
You will be fucking
You're,
your whole
you're
shit.
done.
Yeah.
Facts.
They ain't playing. They coming for
But
blood.
they got all that power.
Mhm.
And then any other situation, it's like
Yep.
it isn't spread equally. You know what I'm
Yep.
saying?
Facts.
It's just, they want you to be silenced.
My thing is, we're on these platforms, and it's not our house. It's their house.
yeah.
Now, their terms of service is so vague that if they don't like what you're saying, cancel.
Mm-hmm.
So it's up to them at the end of the day. But there's certain lines you gotta walk lightly, because if you press on them too hard, they will cancel you. It is what it is, bro.
Yeah.
We're here for a period of time.
Yeah.
Keep it 1,000.
Well, I had a YouTuber who I'm not gonna name
Mm.
attempting to cancel me, saying that I profit off of black on black violence and that I
God,
here we
shouldn't
go.
speak on anything that
Wow.
happens.
They try to do the same thing
in
to
the
Trap
black
Lord Ross.
community.
and Vlad TV as well.
Yeah, Vlad. Yeah, they do.
Well,
it
I
to
mean,
all.
people that try to say Vlad's a Fed and all types of extra shit, but it's like, bro, Vlad doesn't make anyone speak on nothing. You have the fucking
Yeah.
choice if you're gonna
It's an
answer.
interview.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Back
an
and forth.
interview.
You say what you want to say. I say what I want to say. How am I
Yeah.
making you say anything?
Yeah.
You're not, and it's just like,
He's asking the questions people really want to know. Is if we're going to be honest, he's asking
Yeah.
the questions people want
and
to
that's
know.
his job
Yeah.
at the end of the day. But you know, it's just the internet's a fucking crazy world.
Yeah.
That's one of the first things I learned is you can't please people, and I'm not on the internet to please people.
Yeah.
Facts.
That isn't my fucking prerogative. Like I don't care. Cause when that whole thing happened with dude trying to cancel me or whatever, I made a little post with Eminem, God sent me to piss the world off. Yeah, because it's just like you're not gonna fucking please people.
No,
I
you're
speak
not.
on what the fuck I speak on, and people, how come you didn't talk about a white talk? Because I talk about what the fuck I want to talk about. You know what I'm saying? Like that's just how I do it.
Yeah. Not only
So-
that, you with like the YNW Melly one, which you were talking about before, which I covered that case too. Guys, let me make this extremely clear. All of his stuff is out there on the internet.
Yeah.
Like you know, with the affidavit, the police reports, etc. that show. I mean, what the hell happened? I mean, personally, me, you know, I mean, you can give your take on it if you want. I think he's going to get found guilty if he goes to trial. I think it's done. Like the amount of evidence they have against him is overwhelming from what I've seen.
I don't know. I just feel
I don't
like
know what your thoughts are, but if you want to share them.
I know somebody that got caught with a body in the trunk and didn't get. He beat the body.
Did they have cell phone geolocation data though?
They had the fucking body in the trunk and he
Yeah.
got booked
Damn.
in the car.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean he killed him.
Yeah.
It means he got the body though.
Yeah. Yeah.
If
Did he
you
get hit with anything or not?
He got charged with a whole lot of shit. He just beat the murder.
But he got hit with like probably.
I forget the exact fucking, you know, it's probably the same charge as digging somebody's grave up, something
Yeah.
with a body. But
But do you think him being a celebrity, they want to make it like an example?
I think the prosecutor does. I got named in his case.
Yeah, I saw that
Yeah,
video.
they said that I was the fucking treasurer of GKB and all this extra ass shit. Like,
Oh my God.
and then they said they got their information from informants in Broward County.
People informing on you, bro.
Yeah, and
Snitching on you.
that's probably somebody I'm beefing with on YouTube.
Probably saying some dumb shit. Yeah.
Because
Wow.
that I know one specific person who I exposed as a rat that's from Broward County. So I'm wondering if he's the one that got me tied into the case. You know what I'm saying?
Probably go in there and say some bullshit.
Yeah,
to
like,
I
I'm a rat. I'm gonna show you I'm a rat.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
gonna tell him.
Here's a
I
cheese.
bet.
Yeah.
So you know, but the shit that I read,
With
just the
Melly?
shit that was said about me.
Oh yeah.
If that's the shit that they're going off, that shit sounds retarded. But as
Yeah.
far as the Melly case, like boom, all right, let's say geolocations proves he was there.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean he did it.
Of course.
Yeah.
Of course.
The murder is who the fuck did it
Yeah.
at the end of the day.
Yeah.
And if they can't figure that out, then
So what I think is, I think what they have is a very strong circumstantial case. You know, because what happened was they got the surveillance footage showing him leaving the location, right? They have the interviews, right, which I think actually hurt him from all the people that they went to talk to. People tried to lie on his behalf and cover it up. And what they did was they said, like, for example, like Fredo Bang, they caught him like basically in a lie and said, like, I was here, I was driving to this location at this time. And then they went ahead and pulled their phone geolocation and they found that they were nowhere near where they claimed that they were at the time specified. So all their stories don't align with what they originally told police based off what they were. And then also where Melly's partner was with him when they had like dropped it, when they were saying, oh no, we got shot at in this area, blah, blah, blah. Well, the phone location showed that they were in a very rural area in Miramar. And they were there for about 30, 40 minutes and they drove around in a circle. And then also they have Melly's vehicle, Melly getting out the car and shooting at the vehicle. That's how pinpoint they have on the geolocation data that they've got from T-Mobile. So I've always said it, like, circumstantial evidence on its own is not strong. However, when you take circumstantial evidence and you corroborate it with other pieces of circumstantial evidence and you have testimony that doesn't match up, etc., what you're able to do is you're able to paint a picture where this could not have happened unless this is what occurred, if that makes sense. Like they basically through excluding other potential situations that him and his friends lied about, they were able to paint this picture. And then also they also have, that's why his mom doesn't want to testify.
Well, I would say one of the biggest things it's gonna be, okay, well, if he didn't do it, what is the possibility someone else did?
That his boy did it?
Because if well, not even that his boy did it, right? Let's say the geolocation, they're like, no, we're pretty sure this one's the driver and we're pretty sure this one was here. Okay, well, if there was another person, hypothetically speaking, what are the chances that he's the only smart one that decided to not have a cell phone on him that day?
But they have his phone.
No, but what I'm saying is they got Melly's
you mean
location.
the shooter? You mean the shooter? Okay, I get what you're saying.
If
Like
there
another
was,
shooter.
somebody else.
If a different shooter was there and this guy had a phone, this guy had a phone, why wouldn't this one have a phone? Like, I feel like that's what's gonna get brought up. Like, if it's like, all right, let's say we can't prove he did it, but can we assume anyone else did it? And if they can't assume anyone else possibly did it, then they're gonna more or less sway the jury in that way.
So this is the other piece of evidence too, and I'm glad that we're having this discussion, guys. Like the fucking video, bro. This high IQ conversations right here. I'm really glad you brought that up. So like the other thing too, like the damning piece of evidence that I remember when I went through the case was when he was sitting. So what they did was they caught him leaving the recording studio.
Yeah, he got in the back seat.
And he got in the back left passenger seat. And then what they found was they went ahead and looked at they did a bullet, basically ballistic analysis, and with the bullet trajectories and the way Melly said that, we got shot in a drive-by. There was no way that would be feasible because they found stifling on some of the victims, and stifling is nothing more.
It could show the burns from the fucking gunpowder, and that's how they would determine it was like 3 inches away from his face when he got shot.
Exactly, because stifling can only be done like kind of like in a hitman type style where it's close range, with it burns the face when they shoot. So they had those types of wounds, and then also the wound pattern would be more indicative of someone sitting in the back left corner shooting someone from the side, and then shooting the front passenger seat. So with the ballistics, and then also they found a shell casing in the back seat as well for a 40 round caliber weapon. And then when Melly was leaving the studio, his satchel was weighed down, where it wasn't weighed down prior, if I'm not mistaken. But they basically said that, hey, it's weighed down, which would be, again, that's more circumstantial evidence. But between the geolocation of his phone being there, him stepping out of the vehicle, walking around the vehicle, shooting into it, saying that it was a drive-by, when in reality the analysis shows that it was close range execution style. That's where I think they got him, is that like, yo, you were there. There's no other way that it could have been. But I mean, your theory about, it could have been someone else there that pulled the trigger, and that person was just intelligent enough to not have a phone.
Well, that's also the tough thing about it too, is because being that he lives that type of lifestyle, he can't, if they would say, it was another person, he can't just say who it is.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So he can't say.
He can't
say. You're right.
Because it's like you can't even say who did it, but you're trying to allege someone else did it, and then it comes down to proving that. Through your attorney. My client couldn't have done this because it came from over here. Well, who did it? Well, he's not gonna say who did it. He's not gonna give you information on who did it.
He was the only one, if I'm not mistaken. He didn't give a statement to the police.
I don't think he said shit, but at the same time, I broke down Bortland's case. You know what I'm saying?
What's your thoughts on that one?
Well, the thing is, because I know you made the Zimmerman comment earlier, stand your ground in Florida. When you stand your ground, you have to give a statement. You can't just shoot somebody and not say nothing.
You have to.
I defended myself. That's it. They're not gonna let you walk like that. You know what I'm saying? So Julio Fulio, the rapper from Jacksonville, he got into a shootout. He's got a gun license. He's got legal guns.
He does.
He's definitely gonna tell the police somebody pulled up and shot at me and I shot at them. What did they look like? I don't fucking know. What were they driving? I don't fucking know. I heard shots and I shot. But you got to give a statement. So in a situation where Bortland apparently drives to a fucking hospital with bodies in the car, you got to give a statement. That doesn't mean you fucking telling on who did the shooting, but you're saying something. So giving a statement isn't necessarily snitching. But you got to say something. Whether it's the truth, whether it's a lie, whatever. But you got to say something.
His fuck up was and that's why they tried to get him on the premeditated murder, because they were like, okay, well, y'all killed him, and then y'all drove around for a little bit. Then you dropped Melly off, and then he got picked up later, which they found through the geolocation. Then you took him there. So you guys, this was premeditated, whatever, which they were able to finally throw out the murder. He's not going to get hit with, the death penalty. They basically, the state withdrew their motion to kill him.
Not to interrupt you, but I've seen comedy movies where it's two black guys and a white girl dies from an overdose. And they're like, we can't call the police. They're going to think we did it. So we don't fucking know. We're just gonna, I feel like, you may feel confident because of your prior experience. And you feel this. I just feel like we gotta wait and see what happens. And then there's people that shouldn't get convicted that get convicted. And then there's people that should get convicted and they get off.
No, true. I think just with the amount of evidence, the the amount of circumstantial evidence, and then between the statements, man, the statements that they gave is what's so bad, because then the fact that they try to hide it up and they like shot into the car, but the bullets that are in the car don't line up with the wound pattern of the individuals, the geolocation data,
because they put the sticks
through
the wounds
exactly
so they can see the exact trajectory.
Yeah.
See, that's the thing, is
that's
like,
what fucked them, man.
if you want to do some shit, you need to watch how they fucking find these people so you know what the fuck you're doing. Should have watched this is the thing. This is why I used to tell people, right? Like, all right,
Forensic Files.
Before you want to kill somebody, watch First 48. Watch all the shit that they do to try to figure out if you did it, right?
Yeah.
Now you got to think, all right, they're gonna get the trajectory like this, so I got to make sure I do it this way. I got to do it like this. By the time you actually get to the point where you figured everything out, you don't even want to kill any fucking body, because you got to do so much fucking work to make sure you don't get caught doing it. Then it's just, all right, fuck it, I'm not even gonna do it. I'm not even that mad anymore.
Yeah.
Right.
After how much shit I just had to learn just to make sure I don't get caught. You know what I'm saying? But then you got people that look at Chicago like, oh, they're just getting away with bodies over there.
Yeah.
That's a different story.
Yeah. The thing with Chicago is like they don't care enough. They don't have the manpower, and then the Chicago PD is like chronically under staffed, especially in that area there. But of course, when they went ahead and killed FBG Duck in that area, you know, they're all, oh no, we got to investigate this. That's when the FBI stepped in. I've always said the FBI is clout chasers a lot of times. They're going to go after big cases that can go ahead and hit lines. Oh, black guys went out there and murdered him in front of everybody. Okay, we're going to make this a racketeering case and make this whole thing. And I guarantee you, I promise y'all, they had King Von as the main file title, but he got killed, and so it wouldn't have been as big.
What about Lil Durk? Is he going to be brought into this too? Or, I mean,
I don't think anybody can for sure say that, but at the same time, like, I feel like Vaughn was a more hands-on type person.
100%.
That's what his history says.
Yeah.
So with Dirk, you know, people have always accused Dirk of just spending money and using money to do shit.
Yeah.
But if someone's really doing that, they can be smart enough to cover their steps, or they can get sloppy. But he seems to be doing good. I'm pretty sure he's still fighting an attempted murder, though, out of Atlanta.
Yeah,
where King Von was his co-defendant.
Yeah. Yeah, he still has that one. That's been a couple of years. Wow. I think I'll put it this way. I just coming from my personal background, whatever it may be, I guarantee you that FBI investigation that they have that indicted O-Block, King Von is named. King Von was probably the file title, which means that's who the case is on, right? You would put like, King Von et al, etc. Or you put his real government name, and then I guarantee you, Dirk is probably they're looking at him too. They're 100%. They're looking at the entire organization.
This is my last question, and this is like, just give me an honest answer, Jake. I'm done for the night. Jake. 1090 Jake. If someone dies and you tell on them, is it still like snitching? Is it still like considered snitching because the person's dead? So whatever they did, they're dead. Is that snitching or no?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I think it's disrespectful. I think it's, it can be looked at as weak, but no one's getting arrested. No one's getting charged. No one's, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm pretty sure there's a rapper from New York who told on his mans that died. He got killed in Miami.
Yeah.
I think it was 22 G's, if I'm not mistaken.
It was an interview where the guy pitched a snitch on somebody, but they passed away. So it's like, is he snitching because the person's dead? So it's like, what is it?
Did his co-defendant die? The guy that actually pulled the trigger?
I don't know. Maybe I'm thinking of the wrong person, but
I
I thought there was something that went on where someone died and someone was like, he's the one that.
It wasn't Tutu. With Tutu, what happened? I know they got in like an accident, like an argument at Miami Beach, and then his co-defendant is the one that actually killed the dude. The dude claimed the body, said Tutu wasn't involved. But I know who you're. Damn.
There was some situation.
Someone in the chat's gonna put
it wasn't him. I don't want to. My bad to him, but there was some situation. But it's like,
someone in the chat, y'all know who he's talking about. There, I know exactly what you're talking about. There was an artist that named someone that died.
From a technical point, though, right? Like, you're just telling on somebody. Period.
Oh no, it was Von. They named him as the main suspect for KI's death.
But who named him though?
No, there was a interview. They're on a couch, 3 guys. The guy in the middle said, "Yo, I snitched on the guy, but he's dead." I don't know who.
From Chicago.
Yeah.
Are you talking about Butter?
Terrence Gangsta Williams. That's what they're putting in the chat. FBG Butter.
But Butter's supposed to be a big rat out of Chicago, though. That's what they say. I haven't seen his paperwork to stamp it, but they say he did a whole interview and everything.
Yeah.
But Chicago, I'm gonna try to get up. I just remember I heard something about a case. I never dove into it where it was like someone got killed And the dude was like, oh yeah, he did it, but the dude was dead anyways.
Okay.
So it's like, I mean, I don't know, bro. Snitching, like you telling on somebody. I guess you could say that's telling.
Yeah.
I told y'all he did it, but he's dead, so he can't get punished.
I just
But
think
at the
it's
same time,
crazy.
if you're in a gang though, bro, they're gonna look at it like you'll probably tell if he was alive too then.
Yeah, that's how they'll look at
You
it.
know?
Yeah.
Because it's like it's a cop out. If you're doing something to save yourself, it's gonna be looked at as that.
Bam.
The only way you can snitch and say what happened and they're dead is if you killed them and it was self-defense. Because then you have to.
Yeah.
Right? So it's like it's the same thing in a sense. It's like I shot him, he's dead, but I gotta tell y'all he tried to rob me. And that's why I killed him. That's your defense. So you're still telling on him, but it's because it was a self-defense situation. You have to tell on him.
Yeah, you have to.
Wow.
It's just, I don't know, bro. Shit gets so fucking
Technical.
retarded.
Gets convoluted sometimes.
Yeah.
It's so complex because it's like comes down to anything else. Who's the fucking ultimate decider in this shit?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's wild. But okay, so you think Melly could beat it? I personally think. Here's the thing. I love his music. I don't think he's gonna beat it with all the evidence they have. But you know, I mean, I think that's what the beauty of this conversation is. Like we have different opinions on it.
Hopefully he didn't do it and he gets out.
I think people
Best scenario.
fuck up all the time. If y'all fucked up enough to name me as a high-ranking member of GKB and fucking gang treasurer,
that is an L from the
if
fucking
you fucking
prosecution.
up like that,
That is an L
then
from the
I say
prosecution.
there's hope that he's
Yeah.
gonna beat it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But
That is stupid.
You never know.
Sometimes, like you know, they'll overreach and try to like be like he's linked to him and whatever to try to make the case
they
sexual.
try
But
to-
that's
they try to
ridiculous.
paint the whole crazy ass picture, but I don't personally know Melly.
Yeah,
I didn't know him
That's
before
wild that they
that
would
shit.
try that
I
shit.
didn't know him after that shit, and they're trying to say we in the same gang.
yeah. Pino snitched on you, bro.
All right. We can
Just
chat
fucking
here.
with you, no.
And the girls are here as well.
Okay, 1090 Jake goes, what are your thoughts on tyranny in America? You ready to clap against it or not? You mess with Trump or DeSantis or not? It's up to you if you want to answer that.
That's kind of iffy.
DeSantis, that's the governor of Florida, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, he be saying some shit I agree with. As far as Trump, everybody try to paint Trump as a racist. I don't really think that's true. I
Agreed.
think he got a lot more balls than Biden.
Facts.
If you're going to be a president, you got to have nuts. You can't be forgetting your own fucking name.
Yep.
And as far as like the clapping against tyranny and all, I mean, shit come my way, but you know, I'm a felon. I can't clap. That's why I got the homies with the licenses and FNs and all that shit.
Bam. Blood on the razor wire. Go. Shout out to him, guys. He goes, the kid is intelligent. Respect, homie. Yep, absolutely.
Salute, bro.
All right, guys. So do me a favor, like the video. Second, subscribe to 1090 Jake's YouTube channel. It's called End of Sentence, man. Go check him out, guys. I use his content all the time with the FedIt channel. Fantastic reporting, great channel. Let's pull it up real quick, actually, right here. This is the channel right here, guys. 851K subscribers. Let's get him to 1 million. You know, so yeah, man, it definitely was a great
Hey,
interview.
man, we got Snicko to 1 million. I think we should get 1090 Jake next.
Yeah, next. Let's get him to 1 million, bro. Anyway, we got some lovely ladies here, guys. We're gonna come back here. Chris, what's call it?
10:30.
10:30. Cool. 10:30 with some lovely ladies, man. And 1090 Jake. We'll catch y'all in a little bit. Peace.
Peace.